Hello everyone. I forgot to change the fucking title, but that is done now. Hello, we are back. We are so back. We are back to more suffering. I have the video already on the last time when we ended it. And now we can continue it. Whoop, 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 whoop. You have a kitty with you, Quantum. That's amazing. Wait a second. Of course, Quantum, you are here, so you get your plushie. There you go. And now, yes, we will continue through the groomer Discord. Let's go!
Oh, he agreed to have that Discord call at that specific time. Foxton then informed Fuchsia that there would be videos made mentioning these specific details, and suddenly, he sprung into action. Fuchsia Butter wanted Foxton to add the two of us into a group chat, and on May 28th of 2020, she did. Fuchsia asked what would be in my video. So what exactly is this video on again, question mark? And he said,
everything.
That ain't very specific. He pressed further, asking like,
what will it be about, you know? Everything.
What? And when he couldn't get the specifics he was seeking, he told me that he was really honestly done with this drama, that we're both people and have better things to do, that he could see my interests in other content because of my video on Battlefront 2's Scarif update. I told him that if he was trying to sway my mind, it was far too late for that. I know we aren't exactly friends, probably never will be, but if you're fine with agreeing to a ceasefire of this, I'm fine too. I already told my server in an announcement that them mass disliking your videos isn't okay, if it wasn't obvious. He was asking for a ceasefire because he knew that I had damning shit in my video that could potentially hit his public reputation, something that he was steadily building up and up as he grew in size from his—
I have something here, wait. Something fucked up. Wait, technical issues, why is the stream showing twice? What the fuck is happening? How can I close this? How do I close this? Settings. Delete. Delete. Yes. Very good. I did it. It's deleted. No one saw this. No one saw this. Hehe. I double dipped again. I did it again. I did it again. Yes, I did. I did indeed. I did indeed. Okay, let me correct this in the Discord. I'm doing amazing. Pro streamer at work. Pro streamer at work. Don't worry, guys. Pro streamer at work. Here. Takes this. Put this. Boom. And then this. Amazing. Pro streamer at work. Yes, this is the right link. Very good. I did it. Now we will all act like nothing happens, okay? Nothing happens. This is normal. This was supposed to be like that. Boom.
Various collabs with the FCK members, especially Dumbsville. On June 6th, I uploaded my video, Content Nagasaki.
Not the Content Nagasaki.
Now you might be wondering, how did the art commentary community or the slideshow
Thank you, Quantum. Thank you, Quantum. I can always, always have you believing in me, no matter what happens.
React to my Content Nagasaki Fuchsia Butter video. It was mostly the art commentary community that even reacted to the video, and most of them didn't even fucking watch the video. They instead—
oh yeah, and hello Ash, hello Quantum, hello Web User, and hello Saint. Almost forgot to greet you all.
Bitched about it either in Fuchsia Butter's Discord server or several other hug boxes that they were—
yes, Name, I only waited for you to be 1 hour right in front of your test before I started stream. I was just waiting for the right moment.
Usually victimizing Fuchsia Butter to the shit that he started. That I was harassing him. Now another reoccurring habit that they did, because most of them didn't even fucking watch the video, again, is this long-standing trick of theirs.
Oh, this is also— I love this tradition in the ACC. When there's a video made on them and they're like, I tried to watch it, but it was too triggering. oh, but I know he's very bad faith, and then they all have some tale what happened in this video, you know, just some details, and then they just believe what everyone else says. It's amazing. I love it.
And you can go to the comments section and verify this for yourself. Instead of taking issue with the fact that he lied about a minor, which was apparently a taboo thing to do when it came to Madame and Slammers, that he lied to their fucking faces, that he did absolutely nothing about the problems in his Discord server, Fuchsia Sweethearts, up until it risked becoming public knowledge and thus affecting his reputation. He didn't give a single flying fuck about any of that. Not about the fact that adults and minors were having inappropriate, degenerate fucking conversations and sharing
Time to cancel too for this transgression. Never. Get in contact with Saint. He already started doing the Google Doc.
With one another, not about the lolicon or the bestiality and the Pokemon and human trainer porn. They didn't care about any of that was going on in his server, let alone the fact that he broke the biggest taboos that they set during the Madame and Slammers drama. Bad to lie about a minor. It's bad to vilify a minor. No. Their biggest...
But only this specific minor. Fuck the other minor.
Issue with my video was that I didn't use his preferred fucking pronouns. I
How
wish
could you?
I was joking. I didn't call him...
Nakumo covered her, calling people who are trans-delusional, refusing to call Fuxia by female pronouns, and overall trying to defend himself under the guise of, I was trolling on my alts on Twitter, so I didn't hide anything.
She or her. I didn't refer to him as a woman. How dare I? That was their priority. I'm not joking. That's what they constantly do. These people have backwards-ass fucking priorities. First world problems are their priorities rather than the things that they supposedly condemn and see as a bad thing to do. They've always done this type of shit. You can go as far as back as 2016, 2017, and 2018 with Just a Robot and Dark Scythe and several others.
Just a Robot mentioned. Just a Robot, my favorite YouTube creator.
They would use language policing to dismiss your criticisms or your issues with them and their community. Ad hominem, even though they have no idea what the fucking ad hominem actually is. Or you're
ad hominem out of context, clip shimmed.
Being too mean, and if you're too mean in your video, I'm not gonna watch it and hear you out. Or, in this case, identity politics slops such as, you transphobic bigot, how dare you not use her fucking pronouns, returning to the fruitcake clubs.
Minors have needs to true web user, very true. Sakuma made another video on me, and shocker, it's just as fucking bad. Oh no, he tried to say I condone pedophilia and lolicon, because people posted it in the not safe for work channel of my server, but I didn't know about it. And second, I was told I fucking deleted the not safe for work channel. Exploiting a mistake to make you look bad. Oh wow, how dare you make a mistake that you fix upon. I want some cheesy sausages. I'm really hungry, but I'm not home. Sad smiley.
Server on June 7th at 2:01 a.m. Fuchsia Butter said this.
Oh.
So Akumu, no. He FW chain deleted, exploiting a mistake to miss.
Yeah, I read that.
Why are you
Sorry.
Use a P2020 publicly in Fruitcake Club fashion instead of admitting to his fuck ups or just shutting the fuck up? Fuchsia Butter grabbed a shovel and dug himself even deeper.
Okay, now I can say the name. Fuchsia Butter. Got it.
Responding to my Content Nagasaki Fuchsia Butter video with a Twitter thread.
I'm putting a stop to this now. I was done. But apparently he's not. Akumu made a video on me with a bunch of ridiculous claims. Some were valid, but I gave him credit for in a comment, but the rest was a stretch. Now he's legitimately trying to cancel me.
On June 9th at 3:56 p.m. I'm
going to do some last minute studying. Hope you have fun with this mess. I will. Thank you for stopping by, Name. Have fun with your test.
Stop to this now. I was done, but some were valid, which I give him cancel me. So after making fun of me for saying I ended the drama, that it didn't make sense because I was still responding to everything, here he was responding and claiming that he's putting a stop to it. How fucking ironic. This was a combo play of two very common art commentary tactics. The victim card with a
Quantum! The goat! Thank you very much. On a different note, I'm being bopped by a wet cold cat noise. Aww. For the love of you, I hope there is no snot. There will be no snot, Quantum. No snot shall touch you. Thank you so very much.
Subtle projection. The shit he started went south, and so he thought pretending to be the victim would pull him from it by accusing me of
gee, other people pretending to be the victim? I've never heard of this before.
To cancel him. His biggest thing he keeps trying to push is that I like, protect, or support pedophilia content. His evidence? Me not noticing that someone posted lolicon in the NSFW section of my Discord server. I didn't notice because I don't ever look in the NSFW channel.
Do I believe that?
This is a lie for two reasons. The first lie is the claim that I was trying to push that Fuchsia Butter likes, protects, or supports pedophilia content. I did not use the problems of his Discord server to claim anything like that, and even he knew that, because an hour after he made this Twitter thread, he admitted in his Discord server, Fuchsia Sweethearts, that I never said he liked child porn. This was
I'm very confused, because even if they're coming from Akuma's video, Akuma never said I like child porn, because I don't. And it wouldn't be true if he said it. Well.
Something he made
Hi,
up.
Chris! Welcome to Pain.
Just so he could cry wolf publicly. It admitted in his server that it wasn't true just an hour later. This is how daring these people are. This is how boldly they lie. Because they know just as well as I do, just as well as we do, how fucking retarded and gullible their audience is. The people that they appeal to. What I did say in my video is that he has a liking to porn of underage characters. That it was a reoccurring coincidence and that he clearly liked porn of underage characters. If he and his friends, the FCK, consider it the same as child porn, that is them. That is their cognitive dissonance that they're going to have to manage on their own. My evidence for this wasn't even the lolicon in his server. It was his liking of Neronancia, a 17-year-old.
Is that Raven? Nah, it's Neronancia from JoJo Part 5. Not JoJo. Looks like Raven. Also, I don't know who that is. I like Neronancia porn. It's good. You.
Getting fucked. Along with his defense of My Hero Academia porn, the second lie is the claim that he didn't ever look in the NSFW channel of his Discord. When he admitted to liking Neronancia porn, that was in the NSFW channel of his Discord server called Prawn.
Who would have thought that Butters actually looks into the porn? Not safe for work server, of course.
He previously sent My Little Pony Futanari porn in that same exact fucking chat. The reason he so boldly lied.
You could be doing street cattle lore, but no, we get pain. Exactly, and you love it.
His involvement and knowledge of the NSFW chat, claiming that he wasn't ever in there, you'll see in just a moment. So let's continue. In fact, I removed said NSFW channel when people told me about the lolicon posting in the first place. Another point he's trying to use, which he sent to Dumbsville, is that I don't think aged up My Hero Academia, R34, is child porn, because it isn't. Fuchsia claimed that he removed the NSFW chat when he was first told about the lolicon in the first place. This is also not true. He knew about the chat and the lolicon that was in it, but he did nothing about it until he was told by Foxton that two people would be making videos about it. Me being one.
Did ya... Oh no, drama coming in with the fish facts. Did you all know an orca mother carried her 30-minute-old dead corpse for 17 days in mourning with her podmates and starving herself before letting the little one go? Why are you coming in here with not so fun facts, drama? Why? Isn't this enough pain already? Do you have to take depression in it too? Thanks for the fact.
One of them. The same day, Foxton...
Hey, Pimenta! Yes, welcome to Painville.
Put me and Fuchsia Butter in that same group chat so he could ask what would be in my impending video, May 28th of 2020, was the same day he deleted the NSFW channel, Prawn Hub, from Fuchsia Sweethearts. This is why he previously... Anything
I said regarding Akuma's video, please do not go through with it. Do not mass report his channel. And I do know some of you are sub to him, dislike bombing his video. Because I see the dislikes continually going up. Just seriously stop doing that. It's childish. Personally, I'm sick of the Akumu crap and I want it all to be over with. Secondly, the Not Safe for Work channel is permanently removed. It's caused way too many problems. I made a statement a while ago about how underage characters are forbidden from the channel, but people still posted it anyway. So it's gone, and I've no intention of bringing it back. Any Not Safe for Work fan art, DM it to me, as to not expose any minors to the content. I'm sorry for all the issues you have been plaguing this server. Yeah, if you have Not Safe for Work fan enough of me, just send it to me directly.
So boldly lied about his involvement in it. He likely thought that because he had just deleted the chat, I wouldn't have any evidence of him being in it. That is my best assumption as...
I aim to channel the Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? Energy. You did well, drummer. You did well. Hi again. Good evening. I'm already playing Resident Evil 8 Mercenaries, so I'm ready for all the depravity. Very good, very good. I love it when you all are prepared.
As to why he would even lie about him not being in the chat, considering he will not be honest about any of these events. I also never said Fuchsia Butter doesn't think it's child porn either. I said he likes underage character porn, and my evidence to Dumbsville was the My Hero Academia porn, which consists of minor characters and Naranancia. Not only that, he tried to
when they said, oh yeah, with Bakugo and Kirishima, and it looks like, Not only that, he tried to allegedly bring up me liking femboys as a point. I should need to clarify this, but I guess I need to. Dumbsville said it himself. Femboys/traps tend to be 18 plus. I shouldn't have to defend an attraction to feminine males.
Allegedly bring up me liking femboys as a point. I shouldn't need to clarify this, but I guess I need to. Dumbsville said it himself. Femboys/traps tend to be 18 and up. I shouldn't have to defend an attraction to feminine males. Dumbsville apparently said himself that femboys and traps tend to be 18 and up, but the one Fuchsia said that he liked was not. And my question is this. Aside from his My Little Pony porn, why is the porn he's constantly gooning over, caught liking, consist of underage characters? And why did he defend it so much? That isn't to suggest that he's a pedophile. It's to suggest that he does in fact like porn of underage characters, that he's a degenerate fuck. One other thing, I never have and never will support pedophiles. Their stupid hashtag Map Pride bullshit.
Hot take.
It's a disgusting attempt at trying to normalize pedophilia. They're not welcome anywhere but a therapist's office or a jail cell, so stop trying to say I support those freaks. I never made this claim in any of my videos.
So brave.
He falsely claimed that I was falsely claiming that he supported
Why is My Little Pony involved now too? It always comes back to My Little Pony porn. Website always comes back to My Little Pony.
You know what's really odd? You'd think an outright lie like this would have caught the eye of an art or slideshow community individual to talk about this, and yet that never happened. So strange. He's not doing this because he has anything legitimate to say. He's doing it for fun. This screenshot is from one of his alts he used to spy on my server. Akumu, I tried to let this go, but you're seriously such a disgusting, petty, attention-craving child. And he shows a screenshot of my 16-year-old self stating,
oh, the nickname was Red in the Head. I like the picture.
I'll make this entire community burn as a hobby. He tried to let this go. He actually typed this shit up. When exactly was that? Oh, right. He only tried to let it go after he found out I was making a video that had damning information. Before that, he turned me down when I tried to let it go, said I was bluffing when I told him to walk away and leave it be. He changed his Discord bio to handing Akumu an L. He told Junkie that he started the shit with me deliberately. He wanted to make another video about me. He held a vote about it in his Discord server.
They held a vote? They held a vote in the Discord? Hey, should I do this? That's crazy. Just do it.
And then made a video laughing at me with his friends and said he'd use me for views as much as he'd like. It was only when he saw a potential threat to his public reputation that he wanted to ceasefire. So what if I am doing this for fun? That doesn't mean I don't have any points to make. He obviously enjoyed making his video on me. The video where he said he wanted to call out this piece of shit. He talked about how excited he was to make his video on me.
Okay, I can get behind the I'll make it burn as a hobby energy, not gonna lie. Yeah. I mean, it was a line from a bit cringe, but you know, when you bring it right at the right moment, yeah, I see it.
In his Discord server, he gleefully talked about, showed, and shared bits from his script in his server and in the FCK server. The day he uploaded the video, he said in the FCK server that it felt good to scorch this pussy, that it was funny as fuck to bully me. So what's with the sudden switch up a few months later when I'm enjoying it? Now it's bad to enjoy this? This is a perfect...
Yeah, it's not fun when you have fun, don't you know?
And yet small instance from many you'll see of how the people in the art commentary community switch up the standards and expectations. He has fun scorching me, calling me a retarded monkey, talking about how my blood would stain his fucking hands and that he'd murder me. That was a-okay. If I'm having fun when defending myself and showing a lot of the unsavory details about him and his server, it's a problem. It's wrong of me to enjoy it. Truly.
Yeah, that's how it works, don't you know? It's only fun as long as I'm having fun. When others have fun, it's no fun anymore.
Fucking fascinating how that works. This all happened because he chose to get involved, tried to fuck me over, and couldn't listen. This coward then tagged several of his friends with this tweet. At Hopeless Peaches, at Miss Zizi, at Manga Common, at Just a Robot, at
Just a Robot mentioned, and Hopeless Peaches.
Hijack, at Vanilla Toasty, at The Name's Junkie, at Muffin Man Dan, at Madlibs, at Nessie Monster. I'm sorry for adding you all, but I need to make sure everyone in my mutual sees this. I'm so fucking done. One other thing, his idiot fanbase is now going out and doing this. Thankfully, YouTube recognized it as spam, so I could just remove it simply.
Make sure to check out the video on this dude allowing child porn, admits to liking child porn, all kinds of bad.
The same person who previously criticized me for deleting comments because they didn't agree with me or debunked my shitty points.
Regardless of the outcome, I'm keeping comments enabled on this video. Unlike you, I can handle the quote-unquote rush of comments, as you call them. That's a creative way.
Yeah, that changed quite quickly.
Of saying valid criticism, dumbass. Not that it matters, since you disabled comments like a pussy, but I do have evidence of you yourself admitting to deleting comments that don't portray you or your video correctly, aka comments you didn't like because they derailed your shaky, pathetic points or they hurt your feelings. And when that became all of the comments, it was just easier for you to disable them.
Even though I had already stopped deleting comments by that point, and I was not deleting them for disagreeing with me, was now happy that he could censor the comments from my audience. But it gets even better. Remember, this is the same fuck that told his audience at the end of his video to come and comment on my shit.
Now comes the part where I say blah blah blah, don't go harass this person, blah blah, but that doesn't do anything. You guys know that doesn't do anything. I wanted to call out this piece of shit, but if you're
wanted to call out this piece of shit, and if you want to go harass him, just do it. It's crazy.
Do anything, try to think about what you say. It shouldn't be too hard to think with a higher IQ than this guy.
But my audience commenting on his, that crossed a line for him. So fucking pathetic. Not only that, but he encouraged people misgendering me.
Hey, Blana! I hope everything is okay. It's terrible. It's terrible, Lana. It's terrible.
Which they're doing, which is just fantastic. It doesn't bother me unless it's deliberately on purpose, which in this case it most certainly is.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin. This is serious.
Again, the best jokes from this community write themselves. The guy who was talking about murdering me, my blood staining his hands, that he was going to drown me in butter, that he was going to give me no mercy, that he wanted to call me out. Called me a cum chalice, told me to suck his pink pube dick. That was all okay for him.
Oh look, here comes the transphobe. Oh.
In that community. But the line in the sand was me referring to a man as a man. That was where the problem was. How dare I do that? When I say that none of them said anything about his video on me, the definition of scum video, none of them had an issue with it. They were all for the video, sharing it around, having a good laugh, and enjoying it. Just some screenshots from Alex showing just how transphobic he is. Again, Rat in the Hat was the alt he used to spy on my server. Of course, he left this out of the thread. His mod, Alex, who's still around in the server, started an argument with me over pronouns. And we
that's usually how it goes.
Took it to DMs. Disagreeing with you is not hatred of you or prejudice towards you. The fact that you cannot handle someone not participating in your worldview is not the other individual's fucking problem. Another bit about something he's trying to use all of a sudden, his age. I am now fully aware he's a minor, but I was...
Now he's concerned about the age. Another bit about something he's trying to use all of the sudden, his age. I am now fully aware he's a minor, but I was not when I made my first video. I do not really believe that.
Was not when I made my first video. Either way.
No, they said in the Discord even, oh, I always forget he's just a child. I always forget he's just 16. Wait, that's a lie. They're lying.
Doesn't excuse the slander that he's trying to throw my way. The slander I was throwing his way. What a fucking joke. After lying in his thread, not just about what he did, but also about me, he wanted to talk about how I was slandering him. He claimed that he didn't know I was a minor when he made his video, that he became fully aware when he made this thread. But in his video on me, he said I was the most paranoid child on the internet, and made the exact same joke Ponder, Nessie Monster, and ZZ made about me needing to stay in school at the end of the video.
Oh, and one last thing, Akumu. Pay attention in school.
The day he
uploaded that doesn't come across like, oh, I didn't know he was a minor.
Video, March 12th, in the FCK server, he replied to Mimi Diggs, who said she kept forgetting I was a kid, with a shrug emoji. A few days later, the day he said I was bluffing, he told someone else that I was technically the only kid, and he likely lied about this so he wouldn't have to acknowledge his own rampant fucking hypocrisy. Since we're at this point, June 9th, I might as well just go ahead and share this with you because it refers to something that I showed you previously. At 4:48 p.m.
Imagine getting into this petty of a fight with a 16-year-old. You know, that you have really Twitter fights, send your audience, have to tag all your friends. Help me against this teenager. It's so pathetic.
In Fuchsia's Discord server, Fuchsia Sweethearts, he said this. People referring to aged up My Hero Academia porn as child porn. They're absolute morons. Bruh. I hate how pedo is thrown around on the internet. No child would look like an amauto. I think that's what it's called. I don't know what the term is. Probably pronounced it horribly. Butter says. those characters have exaggerated figures beyond beliefs. They do not match their ages. But if the person looks mature of age, I fail to see the issue. No one would look at Momo and go, yes, high schooler. What he means by exaggerated figures beyond belief is big boobs. I'm not shitting you. That's exactly what he perceives.
Listen, if it has big boobs, it's not underage. It's not lolly.
To say later on. I wish I was making this up. Now, one of the earliest reactions to Fuchsia Butter's June 9th Twitter thread was actually from Junkie, and I find it very interesting, so I'm going to share it with you. Someone by the name of Marine Jet replied to Fuchsia Butter's thread stating, Fuchsia,
imagine talking to a minor in the first place. Exactly.
Goddamn hell are you talking about? Generally, when you do this, you link to a tweet/video where that happens. Can you do that, or am I supposed to take your word on that? Yusha responds, feel free to watch it if you want. It's on Akumu's channel. Marine Jet says, oh, you're talking about his newest video. You do know that everything there is backed up by screenshots he provides. Maybe find something that isn't before saying that, or get screenshots of your own. And one of Art Commentary.
The tipster quote about big tits, it haunts me. No, this time it's the reverse. This time it's the reverse of it, you know? If Tipster it was like, why is it lolly? Is this image lolly? Because it has small tits. Now it's like, this can't be lolly or shooter. It has big tits.
His biggest fucking cowards replies with, you do know that everything there
I had big boobs in school, not a minor. You were an adult.
is backed up by screenshots he provides, quoting this Marine Jet individual. I watched it myself. It's full of out-of-context screenshots. Plus, throughout this Twitter thread, Fuchsia does show what the guy is doing behind closed doors. It's pathetic and disgusting. And this was at 7:12 p.m., and Fuchsia Butter liked this tweet. Now, what this is classic fucking denial. Damage control, even. By claiming that these screenshots in my...
A bunch of children... that act like children... A bunch of people that act like children going after the actual child. Yeah. It's crazy. Imagine like you're a bunch of adults and you're like, we really need to defeat this child. What do we do? We made 3 videos now.
Content Nagasaki Fuchsia Butter video were out of context, which I'd love to have an explanation for because I go very much in depth as to what these screenshots are in relation to as I show them on screen. But this is a common tactic from Art Commentary and the FCC. When you provide evidence that is inconvenient for the narrative, prime example being Doodletone's diaper fetish,
then it's invalid.
Easiest way that they can push aside your evidence to dismiss it is to claim that you're missing context. You'll see this very same tactic later on. But my absolute favorite thing...
The worst thing is when they explain the context, and with context it's just even worse. And this is almost most of the times.
About this thread is this part right here. Fuchsia does show what the guy is doing behind closed doors. It's pathetic and disgusting. The fucking gall, the testicular fortitude from a guy who constantly runs away, constantly blocks, who can never stand his ground on fucking anything that he wants to weasel his way into.
Not the diaper fetish call out. Yes, the diaper fetish call out. I am kink shaming right now.
And say that after we can see what he and the others were doing in the fucking FCK server. But of course, they never expected us to find out about that. No. That was meant to stay an insider secret. Something that they were all going to keep quiet because it would damn all of them. They didn't fucking expect the public to see any of that. Meanwhile, you're the same fucking coward that when you question the porn spam in the chat, you just tell them to continue because Toasty explained it for you, even though you yourself knew it was inappropriate. And then to have that pathetic little groveling sob story unlock his fucking stream when asked a few questions about the FCK. And then again, this guy does look like an overweight, estrogenized fucking Wojak, so it's not really a big shock.
Okay, he really looks like a Wojak, not gonna lie.
He's also a titty baby. Something that is right on topic. Something that was behind closed doors. That actually is fucking pathetic and disgusting. I know exactly why. He said nothing and didn't see an issue with what was going on in the FCK server. Because once Toasty explained it to him, he didn't give 2 flying fucks. And I think I know exactly why that's the case. He was probably too busy jacking it to the idea of maggots being in his dick. And you might think, oh, that's such a disgusting picture to put in your head. Don't worry. Instead of just putting the picture in your head, how about I show it to you?
No.
You see, as it turns out,
here you go. A drawing made by the bitch baby Chaos 55. Allegedly a commission requested by Junkie.
Junkie apparently commissioned this from Chaos 55T. And here I was for a second expecting a rational fucking response from someone like this. But let's return to the timeline and see the other FCK reactions to Fuchsia Butter's Twitter thread from June 9th of 2020. Madlib's Art immediately quote retweeted Fuchsia Butter's June 9th Twitter thread with, shit like this is fucking disgusting. I knew he was bad, but holy shit. A couple minutes later, and Toby Majestic did the same, stating, I'd try and cancel Akumu, but you can't cancel somebody who's irrelevant.
Then why do you care so much? I love it when people call the other side, whatever you wanna call it, call the other person irrelevant, but then again, why do you care so much then? Just ignore it. The fuck?
He then replied to Fuchsia Butter's thread with the caption, "Me right now," and a Doomslayer emoji to try and be intimidating. And then he quote retweeted this thread, first quoting me with, "I'll make this entire community burn as a hobby." Lol, how cute. He thinks he's intimidating, XD. Shortly after seeing this, I got on one of my alt accounts and joined Madlibs' Discord server, messaging her at 10:31 p.m. "You know, you talk shit, can you do it in VC?" She replied with a question mark. Then I said, "I also never claimed Fuchsia as a pedophile. A confirmed pedophile was in his server, and a possible second. I proved he supported/endorsed nasty, morally questionable underage shit." Oh, it's you, Lamau. VC question mark. "I'm in a VC right now, so nah. Ask the others in Fuchsia's server. I'm pretty chill in VC. Tell me when you're ready to carry that same energy. I'm off to play Titanfall in a moment. I do expect a good old ban, so I've got another watch account." That was me.
Shit like this is why I lurk on most parts of the internet instead of participating. You know what? That's very fair.
Referring to the fact that I had another alt account in her server just in case she banned this one. Madlibs replied, "Also, nah, you're not exactly good at taking a look at your mistakes and thinking about other opinions, and nothing you say is going to change my opinion of you. It'd be a waste of time on both our ends." Now, you gotta see the irony here. She says, "I'm not good at taking a look at my mistakes and thinking about others' opinions," and then she says, "Nothing you say is going to change my opinion of you." So her opinion of me is not going to change, but I am the one who can't think about others' opinions and take a look at my mistakes. It's a real-time projection.
Nah, listen, they are so much in the right. They know. As the poet would say, talk shit, get hit. Wise words. Truly.
It's a complete lack of self-awareness, all in one together. And she typed this whole thing up right here, but it doesn't end there. I said, "Changing your opinion, question mark. What mistakes are you going on about? Is this that moral pedestal talking?" My video has got screenshots proving what I claim in quotation marks. Fuchsia was told to back off. He offered the ceasefire after he realized what I had. This is a great example of subsize and like ratio incel thinking. What the fuck am I on about? That got him where he is. Praying for one of you to end the hellfire. I guess I'm referring to Fuchsia's call for the help of others. If I wanted him cancelled, I or Ghost Juice could have taken
My dear friends, I'm getting attacked by a teenager. Send help.
And Discord. Madlibs then says, "Nice try, buckaroo. Unlike you, I don't need to prove myself to everyone who disagrees with me. You can think what you like. I can say what I like, and so can you. Not everything is a war, a battle that needs to be won, or an anime that needs an ending. That's something you need to learn. When you do learn that, I'd be happy to VC. But honestly, if you want to talk shit, I don't get why none of you are willing to actually do it to my face." Lamau, a passing comment on Twitter really seems to hurt those fifis.
That's very rich coming from those people. Like, they are the ones who keep it going the entire time.
Laughing emoji. Fuchsia didn't. Demon didn't. Bad
Wait.
look. Passing comment.
Wait, Pumpkin is on the door. Pumpkin. Komm rein. Komm rein. Baby. The cat is inside the room now.
Nah, you talked smack before, and you are again. You can do it when I'm not around, question mark, but when I am, you hush up. I don't get
I would never neglect Pumpkin, but he never can decide if he wants to come inside the room or outside the room. Then he comes inside, looks around for 5 seconds and runs out again. And I need to close the door. Pumpkin can save you guys, Quantum. I'm very sorry to tell you. Pumpkin can save you.
UCC people. Shit talking isn't done face to face. You make videos judging morals, and when you get a taste of your own medicine, you beg for mercy. He says, "Bruh, I'm doing it right now. I still think you're a sad kid who needs to learn when he's wrong. You also need to learn not to let little insults and comments get to you. If me saying, 'I knew he was bad, but this is fucked up,' is enough to rile you up that much and get you trying to poorly impersonate an anime villain, then that's your problem."
You all have the anime main character energy. Let's be real here. Orange cats are the real alpha of the household. They are indeed. Chaos gremlins personified.
Not mine. So apparently me asking for her to just talk shit directly to me rather than this, let me say something online and on my Twitter, but then if you say something else back, suddenly I'm being harassed. Instead of that whole charade that constantly keeps taking place, I'm asking, why can't you do it directly? Why not have a conversation with me? Why are so many of you so resistant to that idea when you claim to be so open? That's apparently me LARPing as an anime villain. Not when these people are sitting here talking about my wrongdoings and I need to learn when I'm wrong. That's not anime LARPing. Just 7 minutes afterwards, and Toasty Vanilla joined my Discord server. And I believe he was in the call that Madlibs had just mentioned to me in the
Toasty Vanilla, for remembrance, the The VC Gooner.
She likely mentioned in the call that I messaged her, and that prompted Toasty to join my Discord server. Toasty then joined the public voice call in my server. This call wasn't recorded, and I don't remember much aside from these few things, such as Toasty defending Fuchsia Butter and shifting arguments each time one wouldn't work. First it was the aged up argument, and then it was, well, I'm thinking of these characters as adults, and then it reached the point of who cares. A few others were present in the call and gave their testimony of it in my video on Toasty from 2020. Late June, on the 24th, Toby Majestic got into a Twitter slap fight over her yaoi obsession, and the topic shifted to a drawing Toby made of a My Hero Academia.
Not the yaoi obsession, no! No, not the yaoi.
Character who is 16. Toby's reply was, hee, two things. The BNHA picture wasn't sexual, nor was it drawn to intend to be such. Also in that picture, he's not supposed to be a kid, he's supposed to be an adult. Second, if you think it is kiddie porn, you retweeted it, so you're distributing child pornography. Listen, he may be in BDSM, but if she says it wasn't sexual, it's not sexual.
That doesn't look aged up, I'll be honest here. That doesn't look aged up.
Twitter post on her account sharing it says,
hit him harder. Boku no Hero Academia, Boku no Hero Commissions Open, Yaoi, Hard, BDSM, AU, Alternative Universe, Todoroki Gay, Boku no Hero Academia, Yaoi, Fan Art Friday. Yay.
Hit him harder, and is tagged with yaoi, hard, BDSM, Todoroki gay, but it's definitely not sexual. June 28th, Lucy quote retweeted a drawing of Azula, a 14-year-old, in a bikini with the caption, "Step on me," a tweet he later deleted. But wait, I thought Fuchsia said deleting evidence against yourself was bad.
Get that abused child off the screen. Wait, Azula is 14? Fuck.
Turns out that only applied to others when he could accuse them of it. Shocking. At some point within either August or June of 2020, a friend of mine who we will call Person A had become friends with a member of the FCK named Teddy That Draws. He was 16 and she was 17 at the time. The reason I'm no longer censoring her name is because she's publicly spoken about the situation, so there's no point in concealing that it was her. It was on June 30th that Person A was talking to Teddy when he mentioned how people were reacting to a photo, and out of curiosity, Teddy told him to send here. While I am censoring the photo for privacy's sake, it is not sexual. He is shirtless and wrapped in Christmas lights. I'm mentioning this event now because this is when it took place, and because it unfortunately sets up something very pivotal later down the line that the FCK would twist for a gotcha. In early July, because this is another event that I cannot pinpoint an exact date, Toby Majestic commented on my Mandalorian video. Do you make expose videos on all my friends but me? I'm so hurt. Howdy there. No, I don't recall expose-
Toby wants one too. Pumpkin, I love you, but you cannot cuddle with the microphone.
Your friends with Fuchsia, Nezzy, Libby, Junkie, Toasty, Slimmers, the whole gang. So you've talked about all my friends but me. I'm so hurt. On July 14th of 2020, Toby tweeted a clip from her live stream with the caption, "Fuck you all." And 3 days later on the 17th, I replied to her with, "Are you wearing fucking elf ears on stream?" Strange screenshot you see is from a video that would come later in 2020 because, well, shockingly, Toby deleted this tweet. I quote retweeted one of Toby's tweets from June that said, "Stop defending child porn." I said, but wait, aren't you literally friends with Fuchsia, who I literally exposed for underage character porn? The FCK, particularly Mad Libs, later claimed that this was guilty by association. It was not. I wasn't saying or claiming that Toby was guilty for what Fuchsia Butter did out of association. I was pointing out that Toby seemed so against porn of underage characters, yet one of her closest friends at the time loved it. Afterwards, I tweeted to Junkie with, "So you're
Hashtag justice for Pumpkin. He has all the justice, okay? He doesn't need any more.
Scaly that shit talked. Underwhelming. 2 days later, and Miss Easy or Xena put out a video on an individual named Deviant Crow, featuring Fuchsia Butter, who out of nowhere brought me up to compare me and Deviant Crow.
I'm getting tired of seeing this one pose again and again.
Even sounds like a Kumu.
What?
Damn it. It's so like this kid. He talks like a Kumu, and it pisses me off because it's the same kind of.
Why are they so triggered by Akumu? This is so crazy to imagine how triggered they are over him.
Sending bullshit. He's talking out his ass so hard. It's just bad.
Between July 20th and the 24th of 2020, an individual named Lugia commented on a live stream where someone else from the slideshow commentary community named Slumber had compared me and Dan Stein, something to do with me defending Madame, and Dan Stein defending someone named Sonic93. Slumber, thinking Lugia was me, ran to the event chat of Fuchsia Butter's Discord server, Fuchsia Sweethearts, with a screenshot of Lugia's comment, and said that it was 100% Akumu. Shortly after, Slumber uploaded a 9-minute video titled "A Bit of a Rant," Akumu in parentheses. At the start of the video, admitting that an individual named Michael, specifically Michael is here, had told them that Lugia wasn't me.
Hey everybody, so today we're talking about Kumu. Hooray! Yay! We're all happy about that, aren't we? So this guy who Michael told me,
A bit more energy, please. Come on.
unfortunately it's not a Kumu. It would have been so much more hilarious if it were, but unfortunately it's not.
Yet here they were, still making a rant video about
Unfortunately.
me. This video is all over the place, but at the 5-minute mark, Slumber talks about my hate boner for Slummers, then cites Ponder Sprocket and Nezzy Monster, and claims that I was trying to act like Nezzy Monster and Ponder Sprocket were terrible people because they completely destroyed my first video, even stating that I only had 95 subscribers at the time.
Oh, but my fellow gamer
Imagine caring this much about a Club Shadow who has 95 subscribers at this time. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Or what's wrong with these people?
we aren't even fucking done yet. Oh no, I'm trying to give myself a stroke while I edit this video. So yeah. Apparently, okay, so this isn't apparent because it's true, but I'm just gonna use the word apparently. Apparently Akumu is obsessed with Slummers. You know the artist that I was talking about earlier? Yeah, he's literally obsessed with her. Like, he has a strong, very, very strong, powerful, it pokes out of his pants physically so much that...
Why are they talking like this about him? It's gross. It's disgusting.
He has a very strong hate boner for Slummers, Cryotic, the artist that Madame commissioned and then decided not to give the proper payment. And then, on top of that, try to dox her. Although, according to the wonderful people that are Ponder Sprocket and Nezzy Monster, you wanna, if you wanna make the claim, you can, that she technically did. It just happened that Slummers could change her information. So...
They make me want to say
the fact that you're
slurs.
trying to act like Nezzy Monster and Ponder Sprocket are terrible people because they completely destroyed your first video, your first ever video. You know, the one that should have,
Then why do you care about it? This was his first ever video. What the fuck?
propelled anybody from subscribing to you, which I don't know why you have 95 subscribers, but I have more than you. Haha, you're a stupid noob. I don't understand. Why would anybody
Why is she sleep talking? It sounds a bit like it. Like you would fall asleep at any moment.
subscribe to you? Like, you...
Oh, they have the wet mouth noises. I hate it.
I don't know how to put it, so I'm just gonna move on.
On July 24th, I believe I commented on Slumber's video, and I also responded with an even shorter video called ASMR Slumber Can't Think. It was a compilation of every time Slumber said, tisk,
Okay, the title is amazing.
or even clicked in the rant video on me. We eventually spoke in DMs, and 5 hours later, Slumber uploaded Right Sonakumu Update. This video talked about our DMs. The next day, I uploaded an actual response to Slumber's first rant video on me, and Slumber uploaded a GIF for Akumu. The whole situation turned into a stupid back and forth in the comments, mostly from Slumber calling me, you guessed it, transphobic and that I was misgendering. On July 25th, Slummers made a Twitter thread on Bin the Loony. Contrary to popular belief, and even my own previous belief, Toby was not the first one to publicize the FCK's issues with Bin the Loony.
God!
It was Slummers.
Oh god!
And Madlibs also replied to Slummers' Twitter thread. I was only able to recover this because of Madlibs' reply, and thanks to whoever archived it. On the 26th,
Why did we need to see all this? Why?
at 12 a.m., Toasty tweeted, "It really be the whole Fruitcake Club versus it's only a drawing Twitter." 10 minutes later, Toasty was arguing with a Twitter user specifically about Bin the Loony and defending himself, because he was caught liking futanari porn of
Secondly, I'm a fucking teenager.
My Hero Academia characters, Toga and Deku, both of which are underage. It was just 20 minutes later that the infamous tweet from Toby was tweeted. Hey guys, at Bin the Loony is a pedophile. Make sure to block. With a peace sign. Toby and a user by the name of Raikutaku got into a spat over this very tweet. If anything, we should call you out for falsely attacking someone blatantly, while you yourself have engaged in heinous acts worse than what you claim he does. Toby quoted this with calling out at
Pumpkin is grumpy today. He just sat there and growled at me. Pumpkin, I'm sorry. You had your snacks already.
Bin the Loony for posting inappropriate CP illustrations when, privately, me and the other peers discussed this with him a while ago. That same picture, to be exact. He said he'd stop. He didn't. Also, please point out the things that I've done.
Everyone send a prayer to Q. Futa is coming up. Okay, now he wants to leave the room again. Bye, Pumpkin. Pumpkin doesn't want the food. I know he doesn't. He really doesn't. He was like, nope, fuck it, I'm out of here.
Worse than drawing CP. One-man show-off, aka Trent, was then banned from the FCK server the next day, July 27th of 2020. Toby quote retweeted someone else stating, this person consumes underage.
Give Pumpkin his mic time. No, he just wants to complain that he doesn't get enough snacks. And he does get. He's going to get fat if I give him any more.
Porn. Please block them. At 6:41 p.m., Raikutaku said on Twitter, and here is at Toby Majestic, otherwise known as Alita Mari, acting out on threatening to attack Ben the Looney and a mutual friend of ours for the same thing. She's trying to throw dirt on these two artists while hiding the fact she groomed a child and showed toxic behavior, along with publicizing a screenshot of Toby messaging Trent on an alt account. This is Toby.
Oh.
Toby, this is my alt account. You defend and support a pedophile who makes child porn. Literally, fuck you, Trent. I'm making.
Wait, isn't the guy who jerked it in the VC? In the server where there are minors in it? This is a good...
A video on Ben calling him out, and I swear I'll drag you into it if you continue to support him. Let me know. Peace, bitch. Fuchsia Butter mentioned Ben and his Discord server Fuchsia's Sweethearts, stating, a pedophile YouTuber/artist he and a few others knew posted pedo art on Twitter and defended it/refused to take it down. So we've all kind of not really been okay with that, and a ton of pedos have come out of the woods to defend him and admit they like CP. On the 28th, Toby made a community post about this. This post was also deleted not long after. So Trent, an ex-mutual friend of my friend group who supports Ben the Looney, leaked my sex work Twitter that I keep private from my YouTube and art life.
Publix?
For reasons, and he knows that, so I feel violated, angry, and officially fucking dragging all of this stupid shit out into the open. He's so fucked up and really buried himself into a hole with pulling this shit. As it turns out, the alt account Toby messaged Trent on was her e-whore account, the name she was using while plastering herself and her asshole online for a couple of bucks.
What?
After messaging Trent with this account, threatening and attempting to blackmail him, his friend publicized evidence of this, and Toby cried wolf. Instead of acknowledging that she shouldn't have used this account to threaten Trent over her ridiculous fucking crusade, Toby and the FCK hopped over that, dodged the personal accountability that Toby...
Drawing underage people and not aging them up is child porn, period. There's other stuff that will be in my video. But you did the same. Is autistic, and so am I. Doesn't justify him defending a child porn artist. What?
has in this situation with choosing to use that fucking account to then cry out that Trent leaked Toby's sex work account. How dare he do that? What a fucking joke. And yet another instance that shows us that these people instinctively, like a reflex, rush to the scapegoat, the light of victimhood, when something they did results in a response that they don't like. At this point, Toasty Vanilla was replying to several people about this degen porn crusade, like here where he said that he's not that passionate against CP, that he's been forced into this position. Out of everyone, he's the most liberal, and that he's pissed at Ben because he posted something they had a problem with. Someone then brought up that Toasty followed Shadman. He said that he didn't support Shadman's past at all, but that Shadman has great art and a...
Oh yeah, great art, you know, with all the lolly and lolly porn of real minors. Yeah, you know. Great art, great art. Fucking degenerates.
Good mindset when it comes to personal growth, which he fucks with. In a Twitter thread with both Toby and Ben, Toasty said, long ago we called him out on a sketch that we said looks like CP. After a while of arguing, he eventually agreed and said the drawing looked like CP, and now just a few days ago, he recolored the exact post we had a problem with and reposted it. That wasn't all of what he said from the 28th, but I can't really pinpoint when these things were said, the times of these tweets. I only have rough estimates of the days. Toby Majestic's tirade on Twitter picked up, calling Ben's porn child porn multiple times, and that Trent leaked her sex work account. She then made another community post about it all. Those of you on my Twitter, I want to say that I am so sorry for all the replies from me that might be in your feed. I wish Twitter had a function where it wouldn't put what I replied to.
Autism shield deployed, yes, as always. The strongest shield of them all.
Feed so it won't clutter it up. If you did not already know, a while back I was invited to a small group of fellow creators. It was great, and I liked the majority of the people there. However, there was one YouTube creator / Twitter artist in the group that I was unaware of who draws underage characters in sexual situations and does nothing to age them up. The specific one we in the Discord had gotten angry about is of a Cartoon Network character who is 12 years old. She is referring to this discussion between her, Toasty...
Well, yeah, he looks 12. Cartoons are based... Ah, okay. This one we read this last time.
and Ben about OKKO, doing inappropriate things I will elaborate on to somebody else, and the character looked exactly like it does in the cartoon show. There was no attempts to age them up at all. We had discussed this with him privately, telling him that it was disgusting, inappropriate, and trying to get him to understand that even though he said the character he drew was aged up to the years at 18th, he had made no physical attempt to make the character appear to be above legal age at all. Me, offline, I tend to be more, let's talk this out kind of person, except when it comes to the cases of people trying to justify CP. Now, why we had discussed this with him privately, he said that he was not going to post it and he would stop. However, recently,
why do they always have to do these giant texts? It's just like with Birdie.
Decided to post it anyways. So at this point, we already attempted to talk about this privately, and he decided to basically say, fuck you, I'll do whatever I want, and posted it anyways. So now, while he has his map friends defending this kind of artwork, I would like to tell you, if you were following Ben the Looney, you might want to reconsider. Also, to those who follow me on Twitter, I'm sorry for cluttering up your feed with me replying to a bunch of maps trying to defend their pedo art. I know replying to those people will get you nowhere, because at the end of the day, they don't care, they're going to defend it anyways. So again, I want to apologize for cluttering your feed. On July 28th of 2020, Teddy the Draws told the FCK in their VC text chat that Ben the Looney was sending people after Toasty Vanilla and Fuchsia's Sweethearts. It's kind of hard in their VC text chat that Ben the
I feel like this all might be stressing people out. I love you all a lot. It would so anything to help. I mean, I was just nervous for Toasty yesterday, not all today, but good to know you're looking out. I'm a bit upset about Trent. I wish he would see how wrong it is, so I appreciate it. I know, I saw it all. Ben said he sent people after Toasty. The feeling when my exes knew Ben the Looney for a decade and have made fun of him ever since. It's a bummer since we are kinda getting along.
the Looney was sending people after Toasty Vanilla and Fuchsia's Sweethearts. It's kind of hard to classify it as an accusation when there's many screenshots of him defending the CP. And this is coming from the same guy who adamantly defended porn of My Hero Academia characters because they had big anime titties. So it's totally
all into the pit. All into the same pit.
different, because they have big boobs, guys. July 29th. Toasty tweeted, I'm only going to say this once. Child porn of any kind is not allowed on Twitter. That's not up for debate either. I don't make the rules here. There is no, but it's only a drawing. It's not hurting anyone. They can draw whatever they want. Take that shit somewhere else, please.
But you
and
can
Toby
always say it's aged up, guys.
retweeted this. On July 30th, Toasty Vanilla put out an announcement in the FCK server. At everyone, y'all should probably report Ben the Looney, by the way. If you scroll through enough, you should find enough examples. I found 4 good ones with 5 minutes of scrolling. But here y'all go anyways. I'm heading out of this situation. It's been draining me. And they reported him on Twitter for child sexual exploitation. Fuchsia Butter had this to say in his own Discord server. Ben the Looney draws child porn, tries to defend it, making a video on him because he's gross. He's just a pedo. It was around this time that Nezzy Monster messaged Toasty Vanilla, telling him that he needed to remove the Slummers and SFW chat from the FCK server.
Oh, now they remember, oh shit, we have this 15-year-old in our server who draws porn, and we made an extra channel for them, oops. Fucking idiots. They care so much. Like, that's crazy for me. That they care so much about someone draws this disgusting shit. On the other hand, they have a literal real child in the fucking Discord. And like, yeah, you can have your own channel with your porn, you know? Hee hee taha. Fuck.
5:50 a.m. Nezzy says Toasty
Toasty need to remove Slummers and SFW chat. I'm not in charge of that, just ask the admin.
You need to remove Slummers as an SFW chat. I'm not in charge of that. You'll have to ask the admin. You're friends with the admin. I wouldn't really call me and him friends, but sure, I'll ask him. Just warning you guys, that could become an issue. Interesting way to put that.
It'd only be cool to become an issue, of course.
An issue. Because of the time zone differences between me and Nezzy Monster since she lives in Japan, the screenshots from her says August 1st at 5:50 a.m. For me, this was July 31st, as you'll see in just a moment. Then on the 31st, Toasty added a deleted user stating that Nezzy wants you to remove #unknown, and sorry guys, no more porn. Oh, poor degenerates.
No more porn in my Discord server. I'm leaving.
Or porn. This unknown chat was once Slummers' NSFW art chat, and they deleted it just a few days after they found out that Ben was threatening the group. At 5:58 p.m., Fuchsia Butter made a tweet that stated, drawing sexualized children perpetuates and inspires the idea that doing such acts with a child is okay. It's not just a drawing, Ben. It's sick. And a couple of hours later at 11:21 p.m., he uploaded a video titled, We've Had Enough Ben. In this video, he said that Ben the Looney had not only drawn CP, but defended it, and he also called Ben a pedophile multiple fucking times.
There won't be a fan art feature for this video due to the subject matter. but I will have my fancy intro. That just rape. What? What? They talked about the CP artist in a video with this. Okay, that seems appropriate. Of course.
Some of you already know what's going on with this situation, some of you don't. But I'm going to start this off with a fucking warning because this is bad. If CP triggers you in any way, you may not want to watch this video. We will be discussing someone
I don't want to watch this video no matter what the topic is.
Who has made repeated offenses of defending, drawing, and posting CP, alright? Let's get into it. We'll start with how I came to know and meet him. Sometime after joining the Fruitcake Club, I remember someone introducing me to Ben in a VC. I was doing my Peter Griffin voice, a few Haloists here, a few freaking epics there. He was laughing. At the time, I thought he was decent, but something still felt off, so I kept my interactions with him to a minimum.
Of course, immediately saying, I always knew something was off with this guy. I knew it.
Discussed MLP with him a few times in DMs, but really kinda left it at that. I admittedly ignored most of his messages and whatnot, and hadn't really heard much of him for a few months. Until the last week or so, when it was found out that he posted a completed version of a CP sketch which people in the Fruitcake Club told him not to post. Not only that, he initially took it down before. After that, I stood in the background observing as I wasn't really sure what was going on, until Toasty Vanilla and Toby informed me of everything. The fact that he's had a massive and expansive history of pedophilic actions, screenshots of him defending CP, screenshots of him posting drawn CP, etc., etc. It's unacceptable. Normally, I remain neutral in situations like these. I'm the Switzerland.
You usually remain neutral in situations like these? What? What? How is he gonna get away with this for so long? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. What's going on?
Switzerland of YouTube drama when it's between people I know, but this situation is absolutely where I draw the line. Pedophilia is disgusting, and it makes me want to vomit. This entire situation
Crazy take, brave, so brave.
Seriously pissed me off, so I'm going to cover this alongside the other YouTubers involved. Ben, you've had way too many goddamn chances.
Isn't this an amazing PNG to expose what you say is a pedophile? That seems appropriate.
Oh, as many of you know, if you have a kiwi farm is made about you, that isn't exactly good. But as you can imagine, Ben has one, with 121 pages dating back to 2014. Yeah, that kind of speaks for itself, doesn't it? There's way too much for me to personally cover, and I'd recommend you check out the other video being made on the topic, because I most certainly am not the only one in on this. I'm going to talk about a few things that have disgusted me the most about the situation. There's a situation related to this that really pissed me off, that at first I didn't want to talk about, but I have to after thinking about it more. Toby will certainly be discussing it further.
Why do you have for so long? You know, I actually didn't want to talk about it, but I decided I need to talk about it. But I really didn't want to talk about it, guys.
And when her video releases, I will paste a link in the comments. But essentially, Toby is privately a sex worker and has made many efforts to keep it separate from her YouTube channel, which she has every right to do. However, someone we all knew leaked this information publicly while defending Ben and the Looney's actions, and this was absolutely unacceptable. To anyone who would shame Toby for being a sex worker, you're absolutely pathetic subhuman garbage, and I want nothing to do with you. My subs, if you guys can, I'd like you to go over to her channel and comment some words of support, because she could really use it.
Fuchsia Butter accused Ben of being a pedophile for drawing porn of underage characters that were minors, but just a month prior to this, he falsely accused me of accusing him of being a pedophile because I dared to point out that he liked porn of underage characters. Now, aside from
How dare
this attempt to victimize Toby because Trent publicized her blackmail attempt, I noticed something odd with what many of the FCK said back then. It was said that they knew of Ben's CP sketch and told him not to post it. Fuchsia just said it in his video, Toby said it in her community post, and Toasty has said it in multiple tweets. This whole thing was kicked off because he posted it a second time after he told the FCK that he wouldn't, that they previously had him take it down. If they truly believed it was a drawing of child porn, of CP, and were oh so disgusted by it, why wasn't he immediately banned from the FCK server? And why didn't they accuse him of drawing CP and being a pedophile when they first found out about it? If that's what it was from the very get-go, if that's what it truly was, why is it only after he posted it that it's become a problem? If you know the guy has no problem sexualizing underage characters, and he's in a server with minors, a server that was very sexual...
But when it's someone that I don't like, then it's taboo, don't you know? Then it's bad.
Why wasn't that an immediate concern? They only told Ben to delete and not post it again. And then when he posted it for the second time, they responded with finally banning him from the FCK server and accusing him of being a pedophile. It seems like they cared more about it being posted publicly than it being a CP sketch. Probably because he was a member of their group and they didn't want it to come back to them and damage their public reputations. Oddly similar to when Nezzy told Toasty that the Slimmers in SFW chat could become an issue. Not that it was an issue. Returning to Fuchsia's video on Ben, to go a step further, Fuchsia claims to be so disgusted by Ben the Looney's Shota and Lolly artwork, and yet when that same type of porn was in his own server, Fuchsia's Sweethearts, he didn't give a fuck. He knew about it and didn't care.
Yeah, but those were people they liked.
Till it risked becoming public knowledge. And also, if Toby was oh so disgusted, why was nothing said about Fuchsia, let alone fucking Toasty? But let's continue throughout this video.
Now back to Ben. This screenshot
Oh god,
here is
why do
pretty
we need to go back to this video? God damn it.
incriminating by itself. People have been calling him out on drawing clearly child characters in sexual situations. This is not taking someone like Momo Yaoyorozu, Azula, or Misty and drawing them with clearly aged up features like this.
Oh, this is okay. This is okay when you draw them with big tits. That is fine.
Repeated his same argument from before, that the characters' sexual features don't match their ages. By that logic, if a teenager has large breasts, a fetish of fuchsias, are they free real estate for him to goon to? My question to you is, did you catch that? Did you recognize what he put on screen? The same Azula drawing from the tweet he retweeted back in June. The same one he deleted. If he truly believed this aged-up excuse, why did he delete that tweet?
The thing about what you said that's so stupid is you shouldn't be toning down your art for one person, when you have been told numerous times over the last several years to stop drawing sexualized children. You promised to Toasty...
But you pretty much just said it's fine when you give them big tits. What?
Nezzy, and multiple other people that you would stop after they confronted you. But you didn't listen. So suddenly you're just going to stop because of one person? A person who's had a history of being hurt and manipulated? Eat a dick. Also toning it down? Not anymore, apparently. Now then, for a little comparison just to show...
God damn it. What was it?
Eat a dick. Also toning it down? Not anymore.
I got a bunch of commissions I'm working on, so hang tight. I'll be back to my regular drawing soon. I got lots of fun ideas involving the return of my OCs to loot artwork.
More apparently. Now then, for a little comparison just to show you how disgusting...
I want you all to imagine a YouTuber or streamer getting on cam and wearing an American flag bikini while she told you a story. They would be despised, calling awful things and accused of baiting incels. But because this bitch is a drawing, it's fine. Oh, yeah, especially when they say, yeah, this is a serious topic, guys. Very serious. Very serious, you know. I'm talking about a pedophile. So here I am in my American flag bikini.
Your art is. I saw someone retweet one of the thread comments saying that something along the lines of, oh, people just trying to cancel another NSFW artist. Well, let me do a little compare and contrast with some NSFW artists that I follow versus Ben's art. This is a comparison.
Why would you now book a comparison with... You just want us to show us the not safe for work art you like.
Of the content, not the quality. This is aesthetic memes art. Let's see. What is the difference between these two images? Well, the first image...
Big titties.
Clearly features a character who, based on their bodily features, height, build, and demeanor, is an adult. The second one is a blushing child staring at his you-know-what. I think I got my point across, but for the fucking hell of it, let's do another one, just to hammer it into your fucking skulls. So let's see here. In this art by C.S. Lucas, same thing. Height, body type, everything signifies an adult character in this image. This image, however, is of two underage characters, clearly not aged up, appearing as they do in the show.
Dude, I'm so salty. That's why you are the saint of salt. Notice how the bikini and the flag do not even share the exact same coloring? No, now you triggered everyone. Great, web user, great.
Only now they're sexualized. The first piece in this last comparison done by Hell on Earth is the same shit. Adult body type.
This is just... No, this is just giant tits on a character.
Height, etc. And the second image... Do I even need to explain this one? Gathering these images and censoring them was extremely painful and disgusting, so much so that I wanted to vomit the entire time. And you cannot pull the excuse with this art of being naive, because you've demonstrated you know how to draw adult figures and body types on your DeviantArt. Why these specific characters do you not age up? Also, for everyone who's defending Ben, saying he's innocent...
Hi, Truski. Welcome to pain. Welcome to pain.
Or not drawing CP, take a look at this DM between him and Toby. After calling him out for not aging up some of his drawings, his witty, amazing response was, who cares? Nice job, dumbass. And not to mention that in this tweet of his, he tries to say we're the ones demeaning actual assault victims by going after him for just drawing things. You are-
To be fair, I think these drawings are a bit less important than the actual minors in your fucking server that you show porn to and that draws porn for you and that you motivate to draw porn. Just saying.
are the one demeaning assaulted children by drawing it for shits and giggles, you jackass. One last thing. Remember when I said the Fruitcake Club talked to him before about this? We did. I also have the screenshots to prove it. When they spoke with him, he was on the defensive the entire time, then pulled the good old they're 18 plus argument. However, they then rebounded saying that it means nothing when said 18 plus characters look like fucking children. This was all regarding a recent CP sketch he had posted, an image which had recently been re-uploaded into a colored form, after saying he'd take it down. And now that we're applying heat on him, it's down again suddenly without a word of acknowledgement.
The 1st of August starts at 1:06 a.m., with Madlibs sharing Fuchsia's video on Benaluni in the update channel of her own Discord server named Madlibs. I'm so—
Warning! It's about CP, so if that might be triggering for you, don't watch. Yeah, if you don't want to talk about CP while I wear my bikini, you know, might be triggering.
sorry this is late. This isn't my video and I'm not in it apart from a few screenshots, but this person and their pedo-defending audience have been attacking my friends. Here we go with the fucking—
Also, I need someone responsible in chat. Wait. There. Bam. Bam. And there. You're always here anyways.
Victim complex every fucking time. Please watch it or at least share this video about this disgusting individual. Warning, it's about CP. So if that is triggering for—
All I will be looking my work today might chime in big here. That's okay. Thank you, Trusky, for watching.
you, don't watch it. Madlib said more just beneath it. A few more of my friends are going to make videos about him too. More in depth with what him and his audience/friends have done to them specifically. I'll be sharing those too because the kind of accusations they're trying to put on them to keep Ben the Looney safe after drawing minors in a sexual way is disgusting. Now I have to really reiterate this point again because it's actually fucking ridiculous. They're having this entire retarded civil war over what porn of sexualized minors is okay for them to jacket to.
Yeah, you guys want to have a war over what over what fucking porn is okay and which one not.
Meanwhile, these are the same fucking
yeah,
people—
you're good doggy. You're good doggy. Yeah, who's your good boy? You're a good boy.
showing real minors, real underage human beings, pornography, spamming it in the server, pushing them to draw porn. That didn't matter. It was the fictional minors, and which ones they weren't allowed to jacket to get off to. That's the more pressing issue. I can't even put into words just how fucking skewered these priorities are. Now, Fuchsia Butter was surprised from the audience's reaction to his video on Ben the Looney, and he said quite a bit about it. Peeps trying to call me a pedo in the comments to defend Ben because I like aged-up MHA porn.
Oh, why? This is just another lolly debate.
Lol, the porn I look at doesn't have children that are a third of the size of their sexual partner.
Listen, I have given up on beating the allegations.
Porn I look at has big anime titties. The same argument from before, just more
Why have I always like, they have big titties, they can't be underage?
explicitly stated. He also said, I think I may just back out. I'm probably not going to re-upload it. I can't handle the pedos coming after me. I can't handle the stress. He further elaborated, because I don't need my channel being taken down because of a swarm of pedos trying to say I'm distributing their gross-ass CP. Fuchsia Butter also made a community post addressing this. In summary, people in Fuchsia Butter's comments began pointing out the hypocrisy of Fuchsia Butter calling Ben a pedophile not long after he falsely accused me of calling—
You know what? I can call everyone a pedophile, but if someone calls me a pedophile now, that's just unfair.
him a pedophile. That and Ben was drawing the same shit that he had also defended not long before. Porn of underage cartoon characters. I also remember a few of the comments mentioning my two recent videos on Fuchsia Butter, but take this with a massive grain of salt as I have no evidence of this. Because I don't have the comment section of that video. It was privated really shortly after being uploaded.
Oh,
Fuchsia didn't like that so much and began playing victim, crying out that pedophiles were attacking him, and he just couldn't handle it. When in actuality,
21 dislikes from pedos, or just someone who didn't like the American flag bikini in the pedo allegation video. True opinion, pedos and pedo apologists should get fucked in the ass hard with a chainsaw. Again, hot take, brave take. Amazing even. Even if it's a troll, why would you troll to be labeled as a pedo?
He didn't want more people knowing about my videos, so he put his Benaluni video on private. It barely lasted a fucking day. A housefly had a longer lifespan than this video. On the 7th, I joined Miss Zizi's Discord server and then messaged her. Just in case you didn't see my message beforehand on Twitter. Keep my name out of your videos and out of your mouth. I gave you and Fuchsia a chance to speak your mind in a voice call. Miss Zizi replied by asking who I was. I told her to guess, and then she told me that she was busy. I said Akumu and asked if she got the memo. Sure, bro. Nice. Plain, direct, and simple. But it did not stay this way. Now, before we move on, I'd like to elaborate, because this too was later misconstrued by the FCK and the art community.
Someone never met all trolls. No, they would have died. Imagine getting obsessed over some dislikes, yeah. And again, over a 16-year-old with a Kumu.
As typical with anything I ever say, the FCK, especially Mad Libs and Xena, would go on to twist this by pretending that I was upset at the mere mention of my name. In truth, my problem was that they kept telling everyone else publicly that they were done with the situation and done with me. Fuchsia said this multiple times, and yet there he was mentioning me again in a video that had nothing to do with me. But when I said anything about him, it was a problem. This is the pattern. These people would continuously poke and prod with videos, comments, and tweets consisting of jokes to mock me and throw false accusations at me.
Of course, always trying to poke the bear and getting in the last word, as one does.
Then inevitably, their audience of thousands would go on to repeat. I would then eventually respond to it and give them my attention since they clearly sought for it, and then out of nowhere, they would cry wolf, that they were being harassed by the meanie pants Akumu. The cycle that I just described to you was my problem. They pick a fight, which their audience tags along for, and then cry out that I'm harassing them because I'm either making fun of them back or clearing up the false accusations. So I told them to keep my name out of their mouth to save them the trouble. If you don't like beefing with me because you end up being harassed after you started it, don't mention my name in the first place. That was my point. Don't like the outcome. Quit doing the same thing over and over again that leads to it.
Again, this reminds me so much. They have the tipster sickness, because he would also do that. After side with the commentary community and when he got to Cathals. And they would always, when the commentary community left them alone finally, they would poke again, you know? They would try to get a reaction again, and then they get a reaction and then they cry about it. It's just the same. Time is a circle.
It's literal fucking.
Imagine getting bullied by a high schooler, yeah! And they are a group against one high schooler, and they lost.
Insanity. Again, they did not take this advice, they twisted it. August 9th of 2020. One of the individuals who was giving me information on the FCK and their server, Teddy the Draws, suggested I talk to Ben the Looney and hear him out, that he had information for me. The next day at 8 a.m., I asked Ben on Twitter if he had a Discord account, and we added one another. An hour later, I tagged Toby in a tweet. So wait, it's not okay for Ben to draw underage character porn, or for people to be friends with him despite that, but it's okay for Fuchsia to like underage character porn, and you be friends with him. Neat. At 11 a.m., I messaged Fuchsia Butter on an alt account in a poor attempt to get a hold of his video on Ben the Looney by claiming I wanted to make a video on Ben. I did want to make a video on Ben, but Fuchsia and Toby were going to be included in it too. Over the next few hours, Ben gave me evidence showing the sheer scale of the FCK's hypocrisy and this little civil war over what porn of underage characters is and isn't acceptable to lust over.
I hate this. Which porn of underage characters is okay and which is not? No, why?
For example, Fuchsia Butter calling a 10-year-old character named Dorothy thick on Twitter. Toasty Vanilla's Twitter likes, such as porn of Futanari Shota and
oh god,
My Hero Academia Futa porn between...
Why? But you need to get better censoring, please. They made the worst mistake with Akumu. Don't mess with a teenager. They have nothing but time to fuck you and troll you. Yes, true. You're only safe while they're at school.
2 underage characters, and porn of 2 underage characters from some cartoon show named Glitch Tags. One character 16, and the other 15. As mentioned before, Toasty was also following Shadman at the time, but he immediately unfollowed Shadman after someone pointed out.
Oh shit, people see this. Oh, you know, no, I never liked Shadman, you know, I just followed them to keep an eye on him, you know?
Ben also provided me evidence from one of Toasty Vanilla's other Discord servers named Toasty's New Groove of a chat dedicated to Slummers' porn. I asked Ben about the FCK server for any info he had about it, and he...
I have more questions, yes? The FCK, Food Cake Club, any info on it? I want all the info you've got, man. I didn't hang on there much. All I know is for a while it had a not safe for work section and there's lots of minors using it. Can you get me evidence? Any info you have on any of them would be useful. No, I left the server before the drama started.
He told me I didn't hang in there much. All I know is for a while, it had a NSFW section, and there are lots of minors using it. I asked him if he could get me evidence, and that any info he had about them would be useful. No, I left the server before the drama started. After knowing about Fuchsia, Toby, just finding out about Toasty's New Groove, porn chat in Toasty's New Groove specifically, for Slummers' porn, that there was a porn chat in the FCK server, and lots of minors in the FCK server, this confirmed some rumors that I'd heard previously from a source I will not be naming. Before anyone asks, why didn't you immediately tell someone? Who would believe me? No one would listen to me. Anytime I said anything about...
Yeah, he tried to contact many others and they wouldn't listen because they were either friends with the others or just didn't care.
About these people and what they were up to, I was the bad guy every fucking time. Their audience would and still do claim that I'm just doing this to get back at them for them rightfully calling me out. Regardless, I did eventually try to say
Isn't he the same guy who was trying to say that the artist from the Madame situation was just as bad as Madame, even though they were a whole child? Like, this kid has a lot of free time and never learns. Yep, honestly thought he left the internet like a year ago. Yeah, it's him. You know, someone is fucked up when they don't change after being called the fuck up and roasted by Ponder. God damn.
Say something, and it was ignored. So keep watching this video and then tell me what I should have done afterwards. I knew that running with these screenshots and testimonies would not be enough. If I took it to Twitter or YouTube that very moment and accused the FCK of this, they would just deny it and wipe the FCK server. They already yeeted Slimmers' porn chat when Ben threatened the group. At this
Even
point,
Teddy knew this. They deleted their not safe for work shit and they have nothing else to offer. I know they deleted it, Ben told me. Ben said having someone on the inside would provide me plenty. And you're telling me there's nothing else on that Discord?
in August of 2020, they had no problem deleting their own shit to hide it. I considered that my reputation at the time was Akumu
Wait, Akumu reacted to Ponder? Wait, will he read this?
Laxer has no
God damn it. I never know when he will read something and when not. Wait, what? Akumu reacted to Ponder? Half of his video titles are just insert person here is bad, or they lied. Half the time he doesn't even show evidence. I was pinged 3 times right now. I'm cackling already. I haven't even started watching it. Akumu? Showing evidence?
Laxer.
I'm cackling already. Akumu, too much trouble for his big brain. Preposterous. I didn't? The child is allergic to showing evidence. I feel a little ashamed that we're supposed to be the same age. Like, sir, sit back. This is another 16-year-old?
Has no evidence for his claims. A bullshit cope and mass gaslighting to avoid the points that I make in my videos. So I decided I'd hold it and wait till I had undeniable proof. You will, however, see me vaguely reference the FCK server a couple of times in a very poor attempt at getting the FCK members I was speaking to at the time to slip up on a detail. So just wait. At 1:33 p.m., I tweeted to Junkie with a photo of himself drinking milk out of a wine glass, a reference to the cum chalice meme and Yandere Dev, the recent hot topic that the art community, and especially the FCK, were hopping on board for collaborations. I said, this is the guy who tried to shit talk about me. August.
Why does the FCK like pedo topics so much? Like, you would think you would be a little more self-aware or a little bit more careful when you have minors in there and there was a whole ass not safe for work chat.
11th. I replied to Toasty Vanilla and a Twitter user named Dragon Knight KX. This person is a reoccurring art and especially SCC audience member, friends with several who associate in the SCC, and an orbiter who is a big fan of the FCK. In this Twitter spat, in one of my replies, I brought up the call that me and Toasty Vanilla had back in June, further adding to the fact that it did happen, despite my lack of evidence and recording of that call. Dragon Knight KX replied me in defense of Toasty Vanilla, stating that I'm not relevant, so nothing I could say would do anything to him. You really think that you're actually someone? I don't know what—
Do you think they regret these words by now? Do you think they regret it by now that they picked this fight with the 16-year-old back then? Like, I would be like, oh, I could have just ignored this 16-year-old and now fuck. I want you all to consider something. This is a 9-hour video with no pauses. He edited this. How long was it originally? And how many recording sessions did it take? No one is talking for 10+ hours. Yeah, true. I don't even want to know. And especially organizing all the screenshots and shit.
What's more pathetic, your ego or your desperate attempts to get in the spotlight? No, I have a pretty good memory. You're the laughingstock of the CC, and people just ignore you for the most part. I'm just enjoying watching you try to talk big while failing miserably. Toasty Vanilla even replied to Dragonite KX with, imagine being the laughingstock of the entire commentary community. Oh wait, he doesn't have to imagine. At some point, he also replied to me with, sorry, I don't speak human trash. Fuchsia Butter messaged me on August 12th of 2020.
Again, this is the person that gooned in the VC. And they're like, I don't talk human trash. Bruh.
Vaguely remember what prompted this interaction. Fuchsia and I shared a mutual Discord server. It was one of his fans' Discord servers. I believe he mentioned that Sherman was DDoSing his live stream, and I said that I would talk to Sherman to get him to stop.
They went after the wrong teen. They totally did. But also I have to say I really respect Akumu for actually staying his ground for this long.
over the entirety of our DMs or every message. This video is long enough as is, but I'll show and summarize. We first spoke of the FCK, and I compared the group to some kind of secret society, and stayed vague about it, saying that everyone seems to tie into it, including Slumers. I know there's plenty of personal drama and shit that's gone on surrounding some of the
Yeah,
users.
and took showers while in VC, exactly. Where literally at any moment, minors could have come in from 12 to 16-year-old.
But I'm just here to make content and be friends with YouTubers. That's why I'm here. I can confirm to you that all I want to do is make people happy with my content, because it's what I feel inside, and I wouldn't make videos if I didn't feel it that way. I elaborated with, our dilemma was just the surface to what appears to be a whole rotten tree, growing some bad apples. I suppose it's due to our history and what I now know.
Yes, it was public knowledge in there.
But whatever you're talking about, I have no idea what it is. If there's some major conspiracy, I am not part of it, XD. I don't have any real control in the FCK. I replied, I wouldn't say major conspiracy, more like a group who are infamous hypocrites and power hungry. I'd love to spill everything I have, but I can't. Fuchsia said he didn't feel threatened, but confused, that he wasn't going to show our DMs because he had gotten better with that. Private DMs were now private to him, and that he...
I don't feel threatened, I just feel kinda confused. I'm not going to show our DMs to anyone because I kinda gotten better about this. Private DMs are private to me now. I just figured I'd bring that up.
Just figured he'd bring that up. Really strange. I told him I wasn't worried that he would, even if he...
Safe. Listen, I have lost my sanity a long time ago, Macari. I'm going strong.
did, or if he told them, referring to his friends and that I know stuff, that it was fine. That's why I couldn't tell him anymore. Either way, thank you for telling the guy to back down from my streams and shit. That's enough for me. When will you talk with him? I said when he's awake. Alright, thank you. We spoke more about the FCK, I called them hypocrites, and I called Toasty a liar. I said something about if I told Fuchsia about it, I run the risk of him telling them, and our conversation doesn't change my perspective on him, but I was blown back and shocked by it. If something genuinely bad has happened, I won't try to protect the person who did the bad thing. Question mark? I mentioned that I kept track enough to know that he deleted the Azula tweet.
Why is Saint a mod? Because he's always here, Abby, anyways. Back from therapy. Welcome back, Chris. Welcome back.
He acted surprised and said that he might have deleted it when he deleted his tweets about Ben.
Quantum, what do you mean? Hi, Macari. Hi, and run.
We spoke more about what happened in the previous months, his rationalization and reason for making his video on me, that he did it out of spite, that he was manipulated and partially abused as a kid, so his mental state was whack and he reacted on impulse when finding out about me. Later I mentioned that I wasn't done with the situation, that our beef was mostly settled, however the Ben situation brought me to a new consensus with what I knew. Mind you, I didn't know a lot, especially when it came to the specifics, but I knew enough to have an idea as to what the FCK server was and what they were doing in there, though the server would still turn out to be far worse than what I initially expected. Fuchsia said he assumed my problem was with Toasty now, and I told him all of you, but less of you. Fuck, I was pretentious. After I said I couldn't respect...
At least he recognizes it. At least he recognizes.
him, and he couldn't...
Apparently I've already been designated as the Arto. It's too late, Quantum. It's too late for Macari to repent.
But I found it to be a wise decision, referring to him staying out of drama. He told me he moved past it and gained some respect for me, my willingness to talk and settle our differences. I seemed like someone who thinks concisely, that he wanted to apologize, and he did. He said, "You done something for me, so I only see it as fair." I said, "No, you don't actually feel sorry, thus no apology is needed." He elaborated that he was, and why, and I said today was an odd day. On August 12th, in a tribute video about her dead dog, where Toby talks about the decline of said dog, she then at the end goes into another fucking tangent about Trent and Ben.
What? Excuse me?
Night with him downstairs because at this point he couldn't go upstairs anymore. Like his legs were so weak he couldn't go upstairs anymore. He couldn't come downstairs. I had to chase after him because when he was coming downstairs for the last time, he fucking collapsed and he tripped because his knees gave out and I had to run after him and I had to get him before he face planted into the fucking floor. I spent the whole night downstairs with him because he couldn't go upstairs anymore. Right? He likes sleeping in piles of clothes. Rather than the nice bed I bought him, he likes sleeping in the pile of my clothes. So I tricked my ass upstairs and I brought a pile of my clothes down so he could spend his last night with me on my pile of clothes while I slept on the floor next to him.
Did you also want to lay in the pile of clothes?
And I spent the whole night also playing, right next to him, playing Minecraft with Mad Lip. So shout out to you, Lips. Thanks for being there for me. So if anyone else has ever
shout out to you in my dog died video.
Yes, Mad Lips and Nezzy Monster are in fact married and they are my parents.
Oh, you know.
That Nezzy Monster, of course, my Twitter child.
You know what? That explains so much. The victim complex didn't fall far from the tree.
He got to leave this world knowing that he was loved more than anybody else could ever love him. So I would kick a bitch in the throat for him. I would drop kick a bitch in the throat for that boy, for that fucking animal. You bet your ass I would. Oh, you bet your ass I would! So last thing we're gonna do is talk about the video projects that I'm not doing anymore.
Okay.
I'm not doing any of these projects. It's not because they fell through or anything, it's just because after I was working on them, the time when my dog was passing, I just don't care anymore. I just don't care. I just don't care about finishing on them. I don't want to work on them. I just don't give a shit. It just seems insensitive to be completely honest. I just don't feel right doing them anymore.
It's also kind of insensitive to talk about them in the My Dog Died video.
Ben Louie's a pedophile on Twitter.
What?
Who draws underage characters fucking. Some of them he ages up, like physically, but a lot he doesn't, which shows that he actively chose not to do it. He also has a fucking
yeah, my dog died, and so there's a pedophile on Twitter.
revolving door of maps that follow him on Twitter. He also follows other maps on Twitter too, which is great. Hey Ben, you don't want to be called a pedophile. Don't draw underage looking children fucking people.
The poor dog. I thought this was in honor of your doggy. What?
It's pretty obvious not to do that. But technically,
Saint, I promise when you die, I will not talk in the video where I'd say what a good dog you were. By the way, there's a pedophile on Twitter.
they're drawn, so it doesn't matter. Sorry, fuck you. Child porn.
Imagine making a video about your dying dog, and then you feel the need to segue into a rant
That
about
dog really got no respect.
your petty, hypocritical little fucking crusade on the internet. This same day, I tweeted to Toby with, "Bro, imagine having an OnlyFans," and she replied, "What's an OnlyFans?" I said, "Playing dumb or just dumb. Either one, wouldn't be surprised. It's coming from someone who wears elf ears on stream. I've never streamed before, nor do I even own elf ears, so I'm not exactly sure where you're getting this type of information, but I'm super flattered to hear you're a fan of my YouTube content. I always appreciate a new fan." Now, it's really easy to get this bitch going, so the interaction just kept going. But
Holy
my
shit.
favorite is back up here. I've never streamed before, nor do I even own elf ears.
That looks like a stream. Those look like elf ears. What a shock. What a shock. What a mystery.
I just got a list of people I'm IP banning. I'm not a mother, stop it!
On August 15th, around 8 or 9 p.m., there was a call in Toasty's personal server, Toasty's New Groove. This call was with Fox and the Freak Show, Teddy the Draws, Toasty, and some FCK orbiter named Geo. It's an 8-minute clip discussing the FCK and how I needed to stop keeping tabs on them.
Look, and this is gonna be really weird. Look, when
A previous source of mine recorded and passed me this call. Thank you all who helped me gather. I think this perfectly shows the denial of the FCK antics in order to victimize, I think, them. The idea they decided who is credible and the overall narrative surrounding me.
when I say this, it's gonna come out really weird, but me and Akumu, Akumu, he does have some mindsets that I do not agree with, and ideals that I don't agree with, and how he goes about things I do not agree with. But to be honest, he can be very chill. He can be. He can be. And I'm not saying that what he's doing is right. But
Oh god, you can literally feel them walking on eggshells. You know, he can be chill. I'm not saying he's right. I'm not saying I agree with anything of his ideas. But you know, he can be chill.
he's not. I don't think he's like a shitbag person. I just think he just got some fucked up ideals in general.
Oh yeah, no.
We need to save him. He's in a dark place.
I mean, Akumu considers me his friend.
Here.
Akumu kind of Oh, hi.
So how about that airplane food?
Oh my fucking god.
I hate you!
Why was that an echo?
Because I'm in a kitchen.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it's in the
god.
kitchen where she belongs.
Before we continue, I had an interaction with Akumu just recently, actually. And I told him, hey, about this whole situation that you're trying to pull off, let's stop stop it while it's still starting, because one, you've already made videos on Lucy and the group. Two,
And they made videos on him too.
you need to stop. The way you handle things isn't great.
No, yeah, and yes, Joseph, you literally.
At this point, he really deserves to be on his villain arc. He has full endorsement to do the cringe anime villain monologue.
See me in the call right now. I don't know, maybe he's deafened or something.
Yeah, he's muted.
He's mute.
But like, no, I told him like, look, with you still lurking in Lucy's server and how you're like trying to keep tabs on people, I'm sorry, that still comes across as weird to me, no matter how you put it. Like,
No,
you
like
being
he's definitely
I just wanna.
He gets
No,
very
yeah, and I let him know. I let him know, and I don't feel ashamed about talking about this with y'all because I tell him straight to his face. I don't agree with him, lurking around people's servers just to make sure he has the upper hand. Like,
yeah, and they all do weird shit on their server, so maybe they should just stop being degenerates.
He's still doing that with Lucy, and he's doing that with Slumber, and I'm like, look, man, to a certain point, you just gotta stop giving a fuck about what people think. Good lord!
I feel nothing but pity for him.
I feel nothing but pity for him.
I agree. He's a pitiful person.
Like, he's very obsessive to the point where it's unhealthy, and it's.
You all aren't even better. You're all going after him, and he's younger than you.
Oh yeah, and I'm trying to like break that to him. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, but it makes me very uncomfortable that you were doing that because we actually got into a discussion about like why I think we were actually talking about how I have like 34 double D tits and how I'm like a fat bitch, but no one wants me or something like that. We were talking about my curves.
Oh.
And I think it got like really jokey.
Aren't you a lesbian?
Oh, I'm bisexual.
You're bisexual.
Yeah, I'm bisexual. I'm 40% gay. I have more of a preference to men than I do women, but I am not against,
Why are they talking about that now?
Dating women. But anyway, back to the thing at hand.
Wish I could relate.
Oh god. Anyway.
He's my fictional girlfriend, by the way.
Oh shut up, Toasty. Oh.
Fucking god. Anyway, like, it kind of got to the point where I feel like, I didn't know if I would call him a friend, and we talked in DMs. And he's like, well, why, what have I done that would, would have, stunted, like, a growth of our friendship? And I'm like, well, the ideals about how you think about trans people, I'm sorry, I don't agree with it. And he doesn't think about it in a hateful view. He says unless it's fully scientifically possible to fully transition into a female, not just like through cosmetic, he won't.
Oh god, the topics change so fast. I'm just like, what? What is happening? Why are you people like this?
He won't believe that, he won't like officially say, oh yeah, you're a woman now. He has really messed up ideals about it. And I'm like, and I made him like I made him agree to at least call whenever in case they ever interact, to at least call, Vav, Lucy, and Rosa, they at the very least. Because I don't want them to get secondhand dysphoria, because when first talking about Akumu to this group of people, someone was like, okay, I gotta stop listening to the conversation, it's giving me secondhand dysphoria.
Yeah, Foxton said that Akumu thinks of them as a friend by now, so they I guess they might have kinda known.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, it hurts people. It does. It hurts people, but he just doesn't understand. And then I talked to him about him lurking. I'm like, I'm sorry, that just makes me super uncomfortable. And he's like, well,
I go out for 10 minutes and everything is on fire. Welcome back, Pimenta. Why do these people give me a headache? Oh, do you need a smoochie on your head?
I like to be able to like have the upper hand in case they try and attack me. And like, look, dude, I understand you like trying to like get info, but like, come on, to the extent that you take it, it is so unhealthy, and I'm sorry, it creeps me out. And I told him that, and like he just doesn't get it. He doesn't, and I don't agree with how obsessive he gets, because I remember he heard Lucy.
I really love how often they mention that Akumu is obsessive when they are just as bad, and they are in a fucking group about it.
And ZZ make a joke about him when they were making a video about Deviant Crow, and he was like, Lucy needs to keep my name out of his mouth. I'm like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Why do you care? And I let him know, look, man, I'm gonna let you know right now, I think this is fucking stupid. This is honestly just total, it's not worth it, honestly.
I love it. They always say it's not worth it. He is irrelevant. Let's be real. No one cares. He's a laughing stock. But somehow, he just manages to grind their gears.
There's a certain point where you honestly just need to stop giving a fuck. Like, move on already. Come on, please.
The worst part about it is that it's not even gonna fucking matter.
Yeah,
like,
he's just gonna keep doing it. And I told him, listen, no one's going to listen to you because you don't have enough credibility and you do not have the
credibility. I don't need my credibility to cancel someone. I don't need all your YouTube subscribers.
His whole argument is that
I'm literally living proof. I am living proof that you don't need YouTube subs to have an immense amount of credibility. I myself.
Excuse me? Toasty. Again, you're the VC gooner. You don't need to have a lot of subs to have the credibility.
Have immense amount of credibility and influence in this general sphere.
I just feel like if he's... Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, I mean, like, when you attack people and you, like, say things and you stalk them and your credibility is lost because you continue to make fun of people and you practically just, you know, you kind of...
He's a credible gooner. I doubt it. Can we just fucking move, please? It's the most same thing in this whole video. It really is. Pumpkin! He's now starting to shove things off the table. Pumpkin, please. Please. Try to concentrate here.
Downplay yourself, and then people are going to look at you and be like, he's just a kid and he doesn't know what he's talking about. And that is literally what everyone's been saying about him, and it makes me so sad.
Yeah, I've been convinced that most of the CC community like views him as a joke, right? Is that wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, thing is, I'm only like a year older than him. So like...
Excuse me? So this is a 17-year-old about whose big tits they talked about before and how they're bisexual and can't find someone.
I just feel like if he didn't start trolling like when he first got into it, and he stopped having that trolling nature.
Why does your self-insert have a titty window?
Oh.
You're supposed to be a wholesome Christian girl.
I like it, okay? Leave it alone.
Toasty, shut the fuck up.
You're supposed to be a wholesome Christian woman. Why do you have a titty window?
4 days later, August 19th, and Nezzy Monster DM'd Toasty Vanilla about everything he had done. We need to talk. You just can't keep running away when you feel like you're losing the
argument. What are these giant texts?
Plus, we seriously need to talk about some of the shit you've been doing because you can straight up get arrested. I'm tired of you constantly being selfish and switching sides when it's convenient for you. I'm tired of you brushing aside how people feel because you can't control it.
I would figure not 17. She said a year older, probably 18 or 19 at this point. This was 2020. So it could be... Yeah, could be that range.
Bullshit. You just choose not to. You ignore everything anyone says and then only notice once they leave. I'm tired of it. We're so inconsiderate of everyone else's feelings, and then when it blows up in your face, you do this shit or play victim. Sound familiar? This seriously needs to stop, or I don't know if we can continue being friends. You seriously hurt me and others because of this, and every time you apologize, you just do it again. You keep getting into drama and expecting us to help you, and then you don't listen to what we say, but keep expecting us to help you. I'm tired. I don't know what you expect me to do anymore. Okay, let's talk about this. You're gonna need to be more specific. 1, you don't listen to any of us when we tell you to stop. Stop sending porn. Stop liking porn on your main. Stop talking about certain things because it makes people uncomfortable. Stop means...
It's just so crazy how long this has been going on. Because when you look at it, this was 2020. That was literally 5 years ago.
To fucking stop. 2, stop throwing yourself into debates on Twitter or between friends and coming to us for something when it backfires on you. 3, stop using the excuses for when you get called out. Stop deleting everything when you get called out and just leaving everybody. The porn shit needs to stop because some of the shit you're doing is straight up illegal. You know what? You're completely right. Honestly, I should have cut myself off from Twitter and Discord.
You don't listen to any of us when we tell you stop sending porn. Stop liking porn on your main. Stop gooning.
While ago because it's been toxic for me for ages. I didn't want to leave Bad Blood when I left. Honestly, I wasn't trying to run away from any issues, but just trying to give myself breathing room. But I think it is best if I leave for a good period of time to focus on my real life shit. I understand this is stressful for you, and I understand that my actions have been stupid and hurtful. So I also understand if you don't want to be my friend anymore. I'm fine with that. I also understand when it comes to the whole being insensitive to feelings things, you've also kind of done that to me, where I've told you directly how something...
You have been insensitive towards my feeling, actually. What about my feelings? Have you ever thought about my feelings? I don't think you have. And then you tell me not to goon. God.
you've said made me feel like shit, and then just brushed it off or called me a pussy bitch for being uncomfortable with a joke. But that's just a separate conversation to have. Explain. By the way, this isn't just about being insensitive. I'm trying to help you because you're sexually harassing people, and I don't want you to get ruined like V, because I care about you, and I don't want you going that same road. I appreciate that you're looking out for me, but this sexual harassment is pretty out of left field. Sending porn without permission and getting porn made of a friend when they said to stop is sexual harassment.
What? Excuse me? They just send porn to random people and get porn drawn of a friend? It's why are these people like this? Why? I hate it here. Guys, have you ever commissioned porn of one of your friends without their knowledge? Not even without their knowledge, but ever?
Technically an unsolicited picture. Who? Mad Libs and Teddy in particular, and every group chat we've been in together. Are you talking about the Futa thing from January with Mad Libs? Yes. That wasn't cool, Toasty. Not to mention there's a period of time where you kept sending the Sandy Cockvor thing. I thought it was a joke until she bonked me in the head to stop, and I did stop. And I already apologized to her about it, and she said it was fine because I stopped.
Guys, I just posted Futa porn as a joke. Haha. You know, it's funny. Big dick.
Didn't share anything. The Teddy thing, me and her are genuinely okay with sending NSFW to each other. Also, yeah, not gonna lie, that was kind of stupid. Which led to Mavi blocking you for a period of time. Mavi is Ellie Momelli, and this means that Ellie Momelli knew a bit more than she let on in her Twitter threads. You still kept the fucking picture, and mentioned it when we were in group calls. Toasty, that is weird. You even asked if you could send it to
Toasty, this is weird. This is fucking weird.
people. Then the first question I get when entering FCK is my breast size. Was it? Yes. While I appreciate that you stopped asking, that's weird to ask.
Imagine you join a new Discord server and the first question you get is, hey, how big those titties? How big those milkers? We will just leave immediately.
First place, or a picture of my thighs like you did Xena, especially when we had barely known one another.
What?
I think the thigh thing was started by Mimi, but if someone was uncomfortable by it, I don't think Xena was weirded out by it. The fact you still have the picture Madlibs told you not to get people to make in the first place. I actually don't. I don't have a memory of deleting it, but I know I haven't had it in a long time. Then tell her that. I didn't think she'd cared. Toasty. She did tell me she didn't care if I kept it. Having unsolicited porn made of you by a friend is weird. The fact she told you to stop and you kept it for a while anyway. She didn't want it made in the first place and you disregarded that. I stopped when she said. I do remember asking her if she wanted me to delete.
Gee, I stopped when she said it. How was I supposed to know that this could make people uncomfortable? Have these people ever been outside, like ever, in their life, and interacted with normal humans?
The only copy, and she said she didn't care as long as I didn't share it. And I didn't disregard it. I thought she was okay with it until she told me to.
I get this question a lot. I tell them I'm a boy, I don't care. How big the milkers saint? Tell us. Hey, comes, I'm a chunky boy. Let's go.
Correctly, she wasn't. Sending porn without permission is wrong. What you did to Madlibs is wrong. Yeah, then you asked if you could send it to Xena. Then you kept bringing it up in calls. It shouldn't have happened in the first place. Well, if she didn't like it, then why didn't she say anything? Why does she want to bring it up now, when the topic has been dead for months? Especially after she told me she wasn't bothered by it anymore. One, because she thought you still had it. Two, so just because she didn't say...
You just stop going into random Discord servers. You're not safe.
No, you think what you did...
No, when Saint goes in there, he makes them worse.
It was okay. I was teasing her. I would expect her to say, hey, don't tease me like that if she was bothered by it. I didn't think teasing her about it would do any harm. Teasing or not, you were involved in porn made of her. She told you to stop, and you not only accepted the picture, but you kept it. You need to talk to her. Because I didn't think there would be anything wrong with that, especially...
I didn't think there would be anything wrong of having some porn of my friend made.
Fine for me to accept and keep as long as I didn't share it. I'm willing to. It should not have happened to begin with. That can be seen as pressuring, I guess, but it happened a long time ago, and at that time I did realize that was stupid to do. There is no new lesson I can learn from that. If she's still hurt about it, I'd like to make sure she could at least heal from it. Is there anything else you want to bring up? Other than that, no. You were talking to me about V, and he got in trouble for similar stuff. I don't think you're a bad person, but sending porn without permission and sending it until the person is okay with it can be seen as grooming-esque behavior. V got in trouble for sending...
Oops. What could be seen as grooming? Oh no.
Porn to minors, despite the fact they were uncomfortable.
Oh. Was a minor? No. Fuck. That's familiar stuff. We got in trouble for sending porn to minors, despite the fact they were uncomfortable with. I don't think you're a bad person, but sending porn without permission and sending it until the person is okay with it can be seen as grooming-esque behavior. Okay.
With it. Me and Teddy have had a conversation when it comes to shit like that. We both agree that we're fine sending NSFW stuff to each other, as long as it's not spammy and really weird, and made up with that other thing. I don't think me and blank, I'm presuming Mad Libs again, are on talking terms, but if she's fine talking to me about this, then I'll talk to her, but probably not tonight. You can message her, no excuses, just apologize. Does she want to talk to me? I don't know, you'll have to go and see. Now, after I saw that 8-minute clip from Toasty's New Groove where they spoke of me, my friends decided to join Toasty's New Groove on August 23rd to fuck with Toasty. I was cooking something at the time, and they were blowing up my phone to tell me that they got Toasty to agree to another call.
Stop sending strangers porn, but it's so hard. You don't understand the struggle, you know. You just don't know how to start a conversation, so you just send them a big old pic of porn. What the fuck are these people? Those can't be real people. Those is all AI.
With us that I needed to get on. After finishing dinner, I got on my phone and I joined the call. Toasty said that he didn't want the call recorded, and I told him I wasn't going
Okay, being groomed by random Discord. I was freshly 31. I'm so sorry, Saint.
to, not that I could have. Again, I was on my phone. Someone else recorded the call, and I wasn't aware of that until after the call was done with. Overall, the call was similar to the one that we had back in June. Toasty kept making excuses and changing his arguments when it came to his and his friends' condemnation of Ben Looney, even claiming that he was told.
To what do you mean by hard? You know. You know what I mean.
That Deku was 16, which didn't really make his case any better. Another focal point is that I asked him about Madlib's Discord server, their moderation when it came to the porn chat. He said that as an admin, he didn't care, and that it was too much effort to keep the minors out. That kids were going to see porn regardless, so they just let them in. The call is a little cringy, and I do cringe at my past self. I think at times I'm a little over the top, but I'm still going to show you regardless, because it is in relation to an FCK.
That's very brave. I really don't get people sharing porn around. It's like, what do you wish to accomplish by doing it? Menta, it's just, you know, it's like sending a funny meme, but these people are so Guna-headed that they think, this is cool, right? This is fine. By the way, I'm totally into this.
Member, partially the FCK server, and in this case, one of the worst members in the group and in the server.
I can show you right now the porn I have saved.
What? Who starts a conversation like this?
No.
I'll show it to you.
Maybe not.
Toasty, you're gonna get yourself in another situation.
Yeah,
because that would be showing.
No. Please
Toasty,
don't.
Toasty, you're literally gonna be proving that you're showing porn to minors.
Let's compare dick sizes.
So there are minors in this call, and he's like, "Yeah, I can show you my porn server right now. My porn folder right now."
I have a very small porn collection, but I do have.
Toasty.
Oh my god.
Stop the live stream, or I'm gonna kick you out.
Hold on. Let Foxtron speak. I can't hear her.
Toasty,
what were you saying?
You're literally gonna prove that you're showing porn to minors.
Are there minors in the school?
Yes!
Are there minors in here? Oh, I didn't know.
I'm a minor.
I showed you my porn collection. Please respond.
Beginning.
Who says porn degenerates?
Stop!
Oh shit, that's right. Okumu's 16. Yeah.
Oh.
Yes! I'm a minor.
Since the beginning.
Stop!
So almost everyone else in the call is a fucking minor. Why is he hanging around with minors in the call?
That's right. Okumu's 16. Yeah, never mind. I'm not showing that.
And you know I'm 17. You know I'm 17.
So I still felt
like a minor, so he doesn't care if he's allowing minors to see porn or share it. Oh.
Like a minor, so I still.
Did you? I'm 17. You know I'm 17.
So I still felt like a minor, so I still, you know.
I still feel like a minor. What? What? I still feel like a minor, you know, so I didn't know it was problematic.
Like, didn't really care.
You can bring up Madlibs, which I know there have been some server changes since I brought that up to you.
What about Madlibs?
Convenient, but I brought up to you in Madlibs when you joined our VC. I brought up to you that the fact that you
what about
allowed
Madlibs?
minors, and they openly admitted their age in the NSFW channel.
He won't either because I'm 14. If I walk naked, FBI can't watch me. I'm underage. What?
Wait,
I showed you the screenshot.
Wait, hold on. Rewind. What about Madlibs? I didn't quite catch
in
that.
Madlibs server,
Mhm.
you admitted to us that you allowed minors in there because you did not care.
I remember that.
Like I said, I
I
didn't feel like
remember
it was
that.
my responsibility to like be the sole gatekeeper from minors and porn.
You were an admin.
Oh, I can't be the sole gatekeeper of minors and porn. Elmo has been 3.5 for over 30 years. Listen, I thought they were a 1,000-year-old dragon.
Yeah, that's part of your job. That's part of your job, Toasty.
Channel.
Like, I'm not saying I'm going to search. No. I said in her. No. I actually do remember the point I made. I said in her server, I'm not going to actively check ages because
You can just look up my
that's
age
so
in the
much
search bar.
work.
It's not even actively looking up ages. It's just those people apparently mention it just openly how old they are, especially when you talk to them more often. You know what age they are. What the fuck?
See what I did? I typed in my age and it popped up like that. And they admitted it in the NSFW.
Well, I'm not going to check that for every single person mainly because I.
You don't have to check it for every single person. You go to the search bar, you type in my age, and everything that has anything to do with that pops up.
Imagine being confronted with the literal, "Hi, I'm 12, what's this?" Bro, I would Sudoku so hard. Don't commit Sudoku, no, you're too cute, Pimento, don't do it.
Like I said, I wasn't an active mod in there, so that was someone else.
You didn't care. It wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, I still kind of don't think it's a big deal if minors look at porn. I'm not responsible for what they do. They do whatever they do.
It's a big deal when you show your fucking porn folder in the VC when with minors around. That's it's a bit different than just going on random porn sites, dude.
Guys.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not
Guys.
responsible if a 14-year-old decides to type Pornhub into the search bar.
Look,
That's a big difference. Why are these people all so retarded? I can't. Why don't they get that this is a big difference? My brain.
But you can prevent them from looking at it in your server.
yeah, because you're responsible for it.
Madlibs denies sharing that sentiment. She even made a comment on my Toasty Vanilla video, clarifying that it was only Toasty who believed in that. The call between us and Toasty is in my video on him from 2020, and I'll link it in the description.
Okay,
Later on that night,
I want to read this. I just wanna clear something up about my server. We don't monitor the not safe for work chat for minors cause we don't care was not something me and all the other mods thought or supported. Minors were never supposed to be in not safe for work chats. I just never made it a specific rule because I thought it was obvious they weren't allowed there and I wasn't on the server much, so I didn't see how often that rule was being broken. I admit that was dumb of me to think and dumb of me to ignore. After seeing how many minors slipped through and how it wasn't being monitored as often as it should have been, I changed it. So that was a specific rule. Just wanted to make it clear, neither me or the other mods support the it doesn't matter thing when it comes to minors and not safe for work chats on my server. I had no idea Toasty was going around saying that, and he shouldn't have been speaking for all of us like that. Edit. I know where he got that. The it's not our job thing was supposed to be for minors who pretend to be 18 plus, or purposely sneak past filters, markings, rules of the channels to get into them. That isn't me or the mod's fault. And we know that it isn't a bad thing since they ignored rules and snuck into those chats. Although once we find out they're minors, they get warned or kicked. But doesn't mean that we don't care if minors are in not safe for work chat because it's too hard to monitor. Bruh. How about you don't let minors in at all? And again, those minors talked openly about their age from what I've seen what you've seen in the screenshots. So they made it quite obvious. They didn't even try to hide their ages.
She even made a comment on my Toasty Vanilla video, clarifying that it was only Toasty who believed in that. The call between us and Toasty is in my video on him from 2020, and I'll link it in the description. Later on that night, my friend, Person A...
You know what? I rather have all the old people here. You know, I like my old people. That are old with me together. Hey Tusky, welcome to pain. Welcome to more pain. I hate it here.
joined Nezzy Monster's Discord server. On the morning of the 24th, Person A tagged everyone in our group chat telling us that he had joined Nezzy's server, had been banned, and that Nezzy Monster announced to everyone that he was banned for sexually harassing a member of the server. It was specifically at 10:24 a.m. when Nezzy Monster tagged everyone with, Person A has been banned for sexually harassing a member of the server.
What?
Please stay away from them. Do not interact with them. By this point, this group had been falsely accusing me of all kinds of shit. Photoshopping evidence, crying wolf, but now it was my friend who was being falsely accused, and falsely accused of sexual harassment. My other friends joined Nezzy Monster's server to defend Person A, and they were—
Oh god, Truski, you're not that old. Damn. Into the corner with you, into the corner. Into the corner, young lad.
quickly accused of participating in the sexual harassment. How, you might ask? There was no fucking explanation for that. Just assumption to smear the people defending him. I guess they somehow took turns sending Teddy shirtless photos. I don't know. No evidence was provided for the sexual harassment accusation in the first place, but they did retract the notion that my other friends were a part of it. I joined and went straight to Nezzy Monster to try and hash it out directly, sending her a total of 16 screenshots to disprove it, including the one showing that Teddy said send here. Let's read the DMs between me and Nezzy. I won't read everything, but I will show you all of the DMs while I summarize and point some things out. So fret not, you will see the glory of my pretentious 16-year-old self and
That's
all.
cool.
I started our DMs at 10:56 p.m. with a message
Noodle
that
cup
reads,
boy. 9:29, okay, that's old enough.
you should probably keep your private narratives to yourself. Person A didn't sexually harass Teddy. We have evidence that she asked and
You are
liked for
one
the
of us old people. I don't mean that old. I'm 32. Old. Welcome to the old people.
shirtless images of him. Now, what I meant to say was, we have evidence that she asked for and liked the shirtless images of him. Nezzy Monster replied a minute later, do you also have all the texts of him making comments about her body, knowing she was in a relationship? Nezzy first clutched to Person A making comments about Teddy's body. Person A knew Teddy was in a relationship. Then she sent me a screenshot from Yume, a friend of Teddy.
Teddy also said she was a snack and consistently mentioned her own ass too. Oh.
Asking Person A questions. Yume claims in the screenshot that Teddy never asked for the photo, but Person A didn't claim such. He didn't even acknowledge it in this photo. So Nezzy focused on the fact that he made advances at Teddy while knowing she was in a relationship. This is what she was—
I'm gonna go to bed and have nightmares, I guess. Have a continued curse stream. Thanks, KK, and I will. Thanks for stopping by.
primarily insisting as her justification for accusing sexual harassment. Continued making advances knowing she was in a relationship, and the advances should not have been made in the first place. She is in a relationship and has been. Looking back at this, there seems to be a disconnect or presumption that as
He made moves on her and knew she was in a relationship. Yeah, shouldn't she have just said, yes, I will not victim blame.
the monster was
I
struggling
will
with
totally victim blame, but okay, we'll see.
this idea that making advances to someone you know is in a relationship inherently makes it sexual harassment, especially considering the fact that Teddy continued to speak with Person A despite those advances. She continued to share information about herself and befriend him, later on sharing her NSFW artwork, and even buying him games at one point.
What?
She never expressed to Person A that she was uncomfortable. Had he known that and continued, Nezzy Monster would have a point, but that's not what happened. The accusation of sexual harassment didn't come up until they were no longer friends, and I'll tell you why later. Returning to the conversation, I then sent Nezzy a total of 16 screenshots. Screenshots showing Person A and Teddy were close.
Yeah, Teddy often writing, hey, oops. Haha, I did that on purpose.
First name basis, that Teddy told me that she trusted Person A with her life, of Teddy and Person A sharing pictures of their faces, and even Teddy spamming Person A with his real name. By the way, all of which took place after the shirtless image was sent. The last screenshot I sent Nezzy Monster clearly showing that Teddy told Person A to send here when he was talking about the photo.
Oh no, they said hot, I'm scared. Wait, hold on, send here. Yeah. Teddy claimed it was sexual harassment. And the other person, they apparently had some flirty conversations. And then they stopped talking later. And then suddenly Teddy came to Nezzy and said she was sexually harassed by him.
With her. Again, back in June. Like I said, going off of a one-sided argument, blaming him for what they both did. Let alone I have more two-faced behavior that I can't mention because it has nothing to do with you. Now this two-faced behavior claim of—
Don't think about it, Saint. Just don't think about it. Don't question it.
mine about Teddy is referring to a misunderstanding on my end. The screenshot seemed to change Nezzy Monster's mind. She said that she would talk to Teddy and reconsider the ban, and then she thanked me for coming to her with this. I thought I could trust her, and she sent me evidence. Never ever make this sick accusation against a friend without asking him for the evidence first. This statement is basically me telling Nezzy Monster not to accuse my friends, and that she could have asked for the DM.
Not the Duvu. No Duvu.
Between the two of them at any fucking point. She didn't do that. Not once did Nezzy ask Teddy, let alone Person A, for their DMs. I don't know Person A, first off. Second, Teddy came to me requesting a ban with what she had. Knowing she's been a victim beforehand, I thought I could trust her. I'm talking to her now. Send Person A to me. You want to talk to Person A after accusing him publicly? I want to talk to him. I will admit I was rash. As I said, Teddy sent me what she sent me. I wanted to keep her safe. Every argument used by the court of law when they arrest an innocent man. And as the owner
yeah,
of
that's also pretty crazy that you publicly announce, hey, we kicked this person because they sexually harassed someone without making sure to have screenshots or talking to the other person about what happened there.
server, I wanted to keep them safe. Yet again, Nezzy Monster sent the same screenshot with Yume from before and said that I was still ignoring it. That according to it, Teddy didn't ask for the photo. I asked her if she went through the above screenshots and described some of them, and she told me, yes, I have. So if Nezzy Monster did go through the above screenshots that I just sent her, why was she falling back on a screenshot of some third-party person claiming Teddy didn't ask for the image after I just sent her the—
Dude has history in Tumblr ship was. It's obviously she would know how to ooh. Listen, those were dark times, okay? I still have PTSD.
Screenshot from Person A and Teddy's DMs showing Teddy said, send here. It's really odd. And that suddenly means you can throw around accusations and not ask questions. Super ironic. I admit I may have made a mistake. Do you want it fixed or are you going to revel in it? May. Join my Discord. Person A is in it. What's your numbers for your Discord if not? I honestly have no idea why I asked her for that. I could have just checked her fucking Discord myself. Nezzy Monster 2782. I will talk to both of them. If I have made a mistake, I will fix it. She then asked me if I was a Kumu and then sent another screenshot from Yume and Person A. This one being Person A's thoughts about Teddy's boyfriend. So Nezzy asked me if Person A was accusing people of being a pedo. Once I told her it was me, she repeated—
Don't think about it, Saint. Don't think about it. Don't question it.
The same lie from Fuchsia Butter, aka Lucy. Didn't you call Lucy a pedo too? Once she knew it was me, Nezzy got defensive and tried to claim—
Now Nezzy found out it's a Kumu and now everything is down the gutter.
That it was someone else and not Lucy when it came to Lucy liking porn of underage characters. Nezzy said. Also, just because the person responded doesn't mean Teddy was comfortable with it. Again, as if she didn't just look at the screenshot.
You know, when I'm uncomfortable with someone, I just block them.
Of Teddy telling Person A to send the photo, and then later being comfortable enough to spam his first name and share her drawn porn artwork with him. When I started getting into—
I also share my porn with people I'm very uncomfortable with and I don't want to talk to me. That seems legit.
But Lucy admitted to liking and sharing, she resorted to the aged-up excuse. So I clarified the fact that they were in their high school uniforms, barely an adult, and you can still be an adult wearing it. She likely didn't know how old they were. Still doesn't make her a pedo. So I pointed out it's odd that they'd be adults wearing their high school uniforms, and clarified that I never said Lucy was a pedo, and that Nezzy was trying to rationalize it. When that defense didn't work, she asked me if the minor characters that were in their high school uniforms were doing something sexual, and when I told her yes, she did an appeal to triviality. The server's been deleted, so why is it still a problem if you don't mind my asking?
That's been a long time ago. It's been like a month, come on.
The server wasn't deleted. The chat was deleted. And as I previously went over, Fuchsia knew of the problems with the Pornhub chat, but didn't delete it.
I was gonna give a Kumu shit for having bad ops and not using better burners, but he was a kid. You can't expect him to be born the perfect gay op, come on.
Until he was told by Foxton that I and another server member would be publicly talking about it in videos. Nezzy Monster then resorted to the classic victim card. And why are you still obsessing over taking me down after all this time? Lying with alt accounts and slinking around.
What? He's just speaking up for his friend right now. He's not even obsessed with taking you down right now.
The community you surround yourself with is sickening. Lying. No one's lying. Using other people in accounts. Why all this? And I said—
My teenager self thought that 4chan was a nice place to hang out. Such a wholesome place, right? It's been 3 months. I'm a different person. You know, new day, new me.
That's my business. Now, I have no idea what she meant by using other people, but looking back retrospectively, fret not, you will find out.
Yeah, Kumu being around since he was like 15, 16 is real hater shit. And now after 5 years, he has done it. He has done it. He has done the 9-hour video.
Much later. Also, no, I don't condone the imagery. I thought you were simply saying it was a picture of just them in a uniform. Anyone could easily fall for this backpedaling. If it wasn't for the fact that just a few minutes before, when Nezzy first said I was trying to call Lucy a pedo, I clarified MHA porn in my message. She was ignorant to the claim and what I even said about Fuchsia or Lucy in the first place. So she bought into Lucy's self-victimization because Lucy was her friend. Then when her ignorance and semantics failed her in argumentation, she had to walk it back because she looked stupid. Continuing on, no, explain. What is your deal with me? I don't like liars. Why do you keep going after me and my friends after it's been months? And I'm not lying. You can think that, but alright. I don't like those who parade around some moral high ground while at the same time being sick. I don't. I simply know what I know. I already ripped you a new one by confirming the dozens of lies in your video. And you're doing the same thing. Wrong. Sure you did. Whatever helps you sleep at night. Oh my god, I'm so cringe. This is the consequences for pretending to have some grand morals and pointing it around, neutralizing each of you one at a time. I don't.
I will neutralize each and every one of you one at a time. Such a banger line.
If I need to sleep, melatonin exists. I don't need any wins to sleep. You do. Like I said, I know what I know and do what I can. You and Ponder both. You're the one pretending to be Batman on YouTube of all places. Nope, not Batman. I'm having fun doing this. Okay, like I said before, I have no grand morals. I just do what I do, and if I made a mistake, I try to fix it. And yet your own actions show otherwise. You're the one going around punishing people based on nothing. It's pretentious, even funny. Not punishing and not based on nothing. That's how I dealt with Fuchsia, by evidence. Want a VC? I don't mind if you record, it'll make no difference. You just like feeling the superiority or moral high ground that you need to take others down. Wrong. And I can't, I'm outside. Then why do you tote this taking people down bullshit so much? I dislike liars. I dislike dishonesty.
That's why. At least he cringes with it. Don't we all have that when we look back at messages we wrote years ago?
Above all, the foundation is corrupt. I'm pulling weeds one at a time. Sure, you're interesting, I'll give you that. You may not believe it, but it makes no difference. I've already got the gears in motion. Now that I've read at least some of my goofy and pretentious messages to Nezzy Monster, I'm going to summarize the rest. She told me she wasn't better than anyone else on the platform, and I told her that she quite literally acts like it. When she asked how, I brought up her lying in the collab. I've never said my word is law. I just make shit, and if you agree, then fine. If you disagree, then fine. And everything in that vid was backed. If you can't see that, I don't know what to tell you. Everything is since is mostly silly vids about stuff like Disney movies and Animal Crossing. It wasn't, hence why it was picked apart. You had 2 good points at best. Sure. Like I said, you think what you want. I told her that it's not about what I think, that I go by objective truth, and it's reinforced by my response video. Like I said, sure. And then I gave her a tip that if she quit pushing a narrative in her big analytic...
I only started watching YouTube in 2016, and that was for gaming stuff. Commentary didn't hit me till 2019. Oh. Yeah, it's also pretty much the only thing I watched back then. Like, I pretty much watched Markiplier or something, then I got into the Reddit, the r/Reddit stuff. And then after that I got into the commentary community. I think it's been like 5 years now.
videos, she might actually do well. Still pretentious as always. It's funny, you don't realize how hypocritical you are. I told her that it's logical and plenty of others have explained the biggest issues with the commentary. I've said my piece. I left this a long time ago. The fact you're still mad says a lot. Let's put what she said into perspective. I left this a long time ago, and by a long time ago, I mean just 5 months ago. I lied about you deleting tweets that you never deleted to
5 months has been like forever ago. That was another time age. Let's be real here. Shout out for Markiplier still standing, yeah. Lio was necessary to contain them into the ACC. Listen, when Lio one day quits, all the autism will be free. I don't know if we are ready for this.
They accuse you of trying to hide evidence against yourself. I falsely claimed you lied by omission and then lied by omission myself. And I falsely accused you of attempting to dox a minor in the same video that got hundreds of thousands of views. And I'm now falsely accusing your friend of sexual harassment. But the fact you're still mad says a lot. I then told her I wasn't mad about her video, but that it was greasy but easy to pull apart. That it'd be like getting angry at winning Connect 4. That she was biased and that the people she associated with have skeletons in their closet.
Oh no, Quantum. I found Orky from Boblex. I'm so sorry, Quantum. I'm so sorry.
closet. I don't know why you're still obsessing over that vid, though. I kind of just explained the problems with that vid, but anyways. I told her that I'm not, that her actions that day reminded me a lot of it, that she isn't singled out, and I watch every server of theirs. As if you haven't tried contacting me before. Also, that's hella sad.
I love that every single one of them thinks that Akumo is obsessed with only them.
Referring to when I messaged her, asking, how's that L? That's hella sad is also pretty interesting, considering that it came from the same person who admitted to watching my Twitter account up until it was suspended back in 2019. She also had someone else watching my Twitter account, and whose group was watching my Twitter account. Mimi Diggs talked about it in the...
Now you're here, Quantum. Now you're safe. You're safe here.
FCK server. In fact, I found out a month after this that Madlibs was lurking on my Twitter all the way back in fucking July of 2020 and taking screenshots at 3 a.m. when I was tweeting and arguing about gender. I then shifted the conversation.
Why are you tweeting and arguing about gender? This is such a wild sentence. While I was tweeting and arguing about gender, oh no.
To their secret little group, as I called it. What group? The FCK or Fruitcake Club. Yet we mentioned you because you were bothering one of us again. Wait, I thought you guys weren't talking about me at this point. Which is it? You mean Slimmers? This bothering one of us again was referring to Slimmers, specifically because in July, I retweeted Slimmers' art and made a tweet to her, telling her that I didn't take anything she said personal, that we didn't have real beef, and that my issue was with the people around her. That's what she's talking about.
So he was nice. He was nice to Slimmers.
About. I shit you not. And now you're stalking all of us. I know it all. Stalking? No. Taking each one of you down one by one? Yup. Sure. Skeletons don't always stay in the closet. You really are pretentious, aren't you? Nope, just truthful. My info isn't as limited as you think. No, 16-year-old me, you were definitely very pretentious, very cringy, right for the most part.
Akuma's a bit of a chat about political stuff. It gets a bit heavy-handed. I don't know if he's lightened up by now. Ah, okay. I noticed part of it, but I don't care too much as long as it's not real hateful. It's like the Oreo, he's the final boss of commentary. The day he falls, the whole thing will leak, internet-wise, and chaos will ensue. Oh.
But still pretentious. I'll still talk to Person A, but you have fun with that. And, in fact, you've taken part in such a toxic group and done nothing. Guess how that's gonna look. Sure, have fun. You did this to yourselves. Kick back and enjoy. Lay in the bed that you made. It's comfy, Nezzy said. I wonder, is it still so comfy? Oh, I bet.
I'm sure Nezzy regrets nothing of this and says their bed is still comfy. Bet.
Underage character porn, doxing threats, and so much more. Oh, and tell the group I said hi. Slimmers too. On Person A's info, his Discord info. She then messaged me back that she had to get her phone sorted, that these were the last few things she was going to tell me because I'm essentially a brick wall. 1. Your whole argument with Teddy is literally she didn't say no. She didn't ask. End of story. What the fuck was Nezzy smoking? I sent her the screenshot showing Teddy said, send here, when they were discussing the photo. Still gonna talk to Person A if he sends me a DM, because he should know not to do that, and he can get into serious trouble if he continues. 2. You seriously need to get over your weird obsession with us. 3. Best of luck to you in the future with whatever the fuck you're doing. Well, thank you, Nezzy. Bye, and have a nice day. Since she said something about Person A getting in trouble for a shirtless photo, I pointed out that Person A and Teddy are the same age. Technically, Teddy's
older than him. Oops. So 2 minors flirting with each other. And Nezzy's like, he sexually harassed her.
Older than him. Nezzy replied, what happened to the age isn't an excuse thing, which wasn't even my point. Again, whatever the fuck she was smoking. 2, you literally just brought up his age. She's older by a year and you should be telling him not to send those photos to begin with. Oh, is that slut-shaming, Nezzy? So he's in the wrong for sending it, but Teddy isn't for literally saying send here and talking about his body. How buff he was. Is that right? Him making comments about her body in a relationship is bad, but her making comments about his body while in a relationship, you're just gonna ignore that. I brought it up because he can be in danger for sending those pictures. A shirtless picture which he liked. That's not...
Uh-oh. This is so... This is why you don't get minors in the fucking server.
Pornographic, she shared porn images to Person A, laughing my fucking ass off. Talking to you is literally like a brick wall. She didn't want it, and it made her uncomfortable. Bye. Her drawings of hentai, and guess what? He didn't ask for them. After that message, Nezzy Monster kicked her.
They behave because they fear his shadow, much like Lio was in the ACC zoo. True. Other than that, he's normal edgy zoomer.
Banned me from her Discord server, subsequently making it so that I couldn't message her anymore. Looking back at these DMs, my
Back then he was. Lio was really important in the ACC. It's really, I know what you think, web user. But he really kept all of them in check pretty much.
Top dramatic and very pretentious replies definitely did not help when trying to get her to own up to being wrong. That said, I did give Nezzy Monster evidence. Her calling me the brick wall again and again is funny considering she was just ignoring the screenshots, and the screenshot that I gave her that she admitted to looking at that showed Teddy told Person A to send the shirtless image, all to keep her resolve and the false sexual harassment accusation. But I'm pretty certain—
No, Quantum! Dusky, that sounds like the day that Bobby and Christian will beat. No, Quantum, why would you even think this?
I made it very clear as to what I was referring to. I mentioned the FCK, I vaguely talked about what was going on, and I said that she knew about the toxic behaviors, and I asked her how it was going to look considering that she knew about it and did nothing. So I don't believe for a second that she didn't know that I knew, especially considering the fact that from the FCK server we saw that she saw what was going on. We saw her confront Toasty about it just a few days prior per this timeline. So the question is, since she clearly knew of it just a few days before and much further than that, and I'm talking about it in the DMs with her now, and I'm asking her, how's it going to look? The fact that you knew and have done nothing about it. Why didn't she ever come out about this publicly and say anything about it? In fact, she does the exact opposite of saying nothing. You'll see that later on in this timeline, though. And to be clear, my issue in and of itself isn't that she said nothing. She's not under any obligation to say something. It's the fact that her and people like her and the community that surrounds her loves to put this obligation of speaking up on anyone else. The entire slideshow community essentially has this belief that—
Yeah, that's also something I noticed with the ACC in general. They love calling others out. But when it's like their, what do you call it? The people they're in bed with, let's say it like this. They try to sweep harder than any sweeping machine I've ever seen.
You're under some obligation to speak up, and she's applied that obligation to other people before. And yet when she knew about shit,
their favorite people,
the exact opposite of not say anything. She's a fucking liar. And that's the problem I have right there. I would have liked to omit this entire thing involving Person A and Teddy from the video. I understand that both of them have moved on. I know that Teddy's tired of hearing about it, and I'm fairly certain Person A's tired of hearing about it. And we all know Nezzy Monster is definitely tired of hearing about it, because it's her fuck up. Had I omitted this out, there would be a lot of questions left unanswered, because I make tweets later on that are misconstrued, and I made claims later on in this timeline that pertain to this particular event. So leaving this out would have left essentially a gaping hole, which of course the SCC and the ACC would have pointed to and either questioned the validity of the video.
Yeah, and again, it was two minors that had a, let's say, flirty, apparently, interaction with each other, and later he regretted it, was uncomfortable with it, and just talked about it, and then they were like, yo, we ban him from the server, and we'll make a public announcement about this. Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Proclaimed that I was trying to hide something, as they always do, or filled the gap in with whatever they want to invalidate the video. I know how these people are. They've done it numerous times again and again with my previous videos. Secondly, leaving this out would do more damage than it would good. And you're probably thinking, well, you just sort of already explained that. And I mean this in the sense that this is a repeated pattern with Nezzy Monster. She will die on the hill of something that she knows is false because it's against someone that she doesn't like. And there are many people like that in the art commentary community, audience, and content creator. But this has to remain in the video to give you the full story. On August 25th of 2020 at 12:23 a.m. I messaged Teddy about Nezzy Monster making the false sexual harassment accusation. Our messages about it would continue throughout the day. At 12:49,
yeah, they want to stand on the sidelines and flag things but not get involved. Yeah, you could almost say the same thing with Just a Robot. You know, when he always came in and was like, yeah, I'm here now, when the drama was pretty much over. And then when it was over, I was like, yeah, I won.
9 a.m., Nezzy Monster put out another announcement in her server regarding this. At everyone, please do not attack Person A, as he is underage. He should not be sending the type of pictures he did, not just for the safety of others, but for his own. Please keep in mind the images were not pornographic, but the nature of the images were inappropriate, and he still made someone feel uncomfortable, and was sent without permission regardless. The reason why I'm stating this is because of finding out his age, and by the request of the individual that requested the ban. Please stay safe for everyone, and have a nice day. I will not be talking about the situation—
Hello, November Ranger. Hello to more pain. Welcome.
anymore. I want to clarify that he isn't evil, but I will not tolerate his behavior and or actions. Not once in this PR speak announcement did Nezzy Monster retract the accusation of sexual harassment against Person A, let alone admit she was even wrong. She also proceeded to again falsely claim that the photo was sent without permission. Another thing that I'd like to point out is that Nezzy jumped to this the second she found out about it. Person A was publicly accused of sexual harassment for sending a shirtless photo.
But again, you saw them being like, yo, send here.
That he was told to send, and Nezzy Monster wouldn't admit to being wrong about it. Yet Toasty Vanilla, who has done far worse, by this point we know Nezzy Monster just a few days before confronted him in the DMs for the various things that he's done. Toasty gets privately accused of sexual harassment. Yet this 16-year-old, who Nezzy Monster has no evidence for the sexual harassment to even begin with, gets accused of sexual harassment.
Why is the chat gremlin on Joe's lap? That is Quantum. Quantum gets the special place.
And then when she gets evidence contrary to it, she dies on the hill of the claim. In my DMs with Teddy at 2:20 a.m., I told her she's trying to blame Person A and made accusations against him for both of your actions. She's accusing him of sexual harassment. Teddy said, she's the one taking this too far. I don't want any involvement. I described my conversation with Nezzy and her insistence that Teddy didn't ask for the photo because Person A made advances at Teddy, and ignoring these screenshots to insist that he was still at fault. To me, it came off as though it was just because he was a man, but that was likely just a naive assumption on my part. I think once Nezzy Monster learned he was my friend, she was determined to believe it because
Stop calling me Duwu, and yes, I will play favorites. You can't stop me.
Didn't like me and wasn't going to admit that she was wrong and that I was right. As Mark Twain said, the truth has no defense against a fool determined to believe a lie. Teddy then clarified that while it made her uncomfortable, it wasn't sexual harassment. When I brought up that she complimented his body, she said that she was just being nice. Assumed that I was pinning this on her. She assumed...
Ah yes, I'm just being nice, that's why I tell you, hey, nice body.
Nezzy Monster would have handled it privately. Teddy, no one is pinning everything on you. This just isn't sexual harassment. I know this. I didn't say it was. I told her it wasn't.
Oh, so Teddy himself said it wasn't sexual harassment. Just said afterwards thinking about it. It made me a bit uncomfortable, maybe.
It just made me uncomfortable. There was a miscommunication. It was a mistake. When I brought up again that Teddy complimented him and that Nezzy Monster told me that she came to her about it, she wanted me to speak to her friend Yume about this, that they would explain it better than her. Explain it? Person A is getting accused of sexual harassment because Nezzy's an absolute chimpanzee. Listen, sexual harassment would have not been the word I chose. Please talk to Yume. You had Person A banned because of something private, Teddy. That caused all of this. Can you tell me why? Talk to Yume. I'm done.
Du is a benevolent mistress. Let's go. No, I like to give treats and sticks.
Talking. I'm not angry, I'm just defending my friend. I said I was uncomfortable. You didn't tell Person A that. This is the first time we're hearing about this. Do I need to tell someone? Do I? Like, I understand it's a thing, but what he said about it made it worse. When you make it into an issue after, which leads to him getting accusations, yeah. Nezzy's blaming him for an issue equally on you both. What I'm saying here is that it's his fault for sending the photo, but she did say send here and never communicated to him that it made her uncomfortable. That's why it's an issue on both of them. Teddy then sent me the exact...
True, Shed. Now that you say it, web user, Chat has been well behaved so far. No one got into the cage, no one got the rope. Oh well, what? You all get a little star.
Same screenshot that Nezzy Monster first did, with Yume and Person A. This is a screenshot of when it was brought up. Leave me alone, please. I wasn't involved in this. Nezzy told me you took it to her, so Nezzy lied. I did. Both Person A and I agreed not to be contacting each other. I was uncomfortable with him around, so I told her and gave her these screenshots. It was taken too far. I apologize. But that wasn't what I thought was going to happen. That should have been handled privately. My point is, Nezzy is asking for war. We do have shit on her, and she's only building it up. Cringe and gay of me. Cringe and gay. Don't.
Indeed. Cringe and gay. Very cringe and gay.
Then tell her to apologize to Person A. She's just protective of me. I told her...
I can slay hers if you want. Do you want to go into the cage, Chris? Do you want the cage?
Oh, she's leaving it alone. I can't tell her to do anything. She can make accusations on me all she likes. My friends... Nope, and so am I. Let her know she either apologizes or she goes down along with them. Stop it, Akumu. She's...
Oh god. Let her know she either apologizes or she goes down along with them.
Just trying to help. She's been with me through a lot. Focus on whoever else it is you were chasing. She is a part of the FCK. Teddy, she made a serious accusation against my friend. She herself. She owes an apology. Yes, but so has many other people. It's mistakes. It was very miscommunicated. Don't make this bigger than it should be, please. Otherwise, I'll be the IRS. Then inform her...
Akumu, no. Otherwise, I'll be the IRS.
We expect an apology. Akumu, please leave it alone. Apology, Teddy. Not from you, from her. Nezzy wants to drop it, so I'm leaving it too. I can't force her. Please just don't do anything. She isn't even in the FCK. She just made a small mistake that was corrected. She is. She admitted it to me. Please don't. You just lied to me, Teddy. I wouldn't know. I don't look in there. Teddy explained that she thought Nezzy Monster left like most people, that the FCK server was dead, and that no one talked in there. I insisted that Nezzy needed to apologize.
Okay, so Teddy just told Nezzy that they were uncomfortable a bit, but didn't call it sexual harassment, and sent screenshots. And then Nezzy went and publicly was like, yeah, this person banned for sexual harassment. And then after that just found out this person was actually younger than Teddy. So it's like, you can't even call it something like that or inappropriate in this way. Oh god. This is why you don't have teenagers in your fucking Discord.
Apologized to person A that she could unblock me and send it and block me again, or just send it to him directly. Teddy said that Nezzy Monster was done, that she can't tell her to do anything, and I said an apology is owed. A lot of people owe an apology, she told me. I've already tweeted her on Twitter. Tell her to check it. Teddy told me she wasn't arguing about it anymore, that she didn't want to, and Nezzy wanted to leave it alone. She wasn't going to bother Nezzy about it anymore. From Teddy's perspective, it was a small mistake, a misunderstanding. Now, it's a little odd to go and have someone banned, and then when you're questioned about it because accusations were made, demand people talk to a third party. Point is, if you're uncomfortable about something, you should communicate that to the person who's making you uncomfortable. Complimenting someone and proceeding...
Nah, you always take it to a second person, and then you bring up a third person.
To casually talk to them will keep them from knowing that, especially waiting to bring it up after the fact to someone who's clearly impulsive and irrational like Nezzy Monster. At 3 a.m., person A told me that he was banned from Miss Easy's Discord server.
I would never call you worse saint. I only called you a sissy straggart.
So I messaged Miss Easy and asked her, did you ban person A? And she replied with a yes and a meme. Why? The accusations are false. I really don't want a bigger issue, but Nezzy owes an apology. Lol. I then explained that Teddy said she was uncomfortable with it, but that she complimented him, proceeded to send him pictures of her face, and even spammed him to VC. That she even said she trusted him with her life, only to get another lol
yeah,
from
that doesn't sound like someone who feels very uncomfortable.
Easy. He will be returning and Nezzy owes him an apology. Next time, before banning someone based on pure accusation, get both sides. And ZZ sent another meme. It prevents stuff like this. Cool
oh
meme.
god, and ZZ just tries to ignore him by saying lol, lol, picture of my dog, lol.
Got another lol. I continue to explain that accusations aren't always what they seem, a great example being what Nezzy tried to pull. I said, since you're also a part of the FCK, the warning she was given also applies. ZZ then sent me a picture of her dog. After I told her that it was blurry, she sent another, and I said that the head was sort of fish-shaped, then asked if everything was clear and if she needed context. She sent another.
ZZ does the legendary, I just meme my way out of this, haha.
Meme. That doesn't answer it, I will assume yes. Person A will be returning if he decides then. Well, no, and a meme about Missouri. So you want issues with us. Nezzy's accusations are false, therefore the ban was unwarranted. Another meme.
Probably fun with that thing. Bye, Granger, thanks for stopping by.
Alright, then yes, he can
have fun with Morrowind.
Turn. Lol, nope. So you have a valid reason for his removal. What rule did he break? Evidence of this as well. Because he's associated with you and I hate you. Followed by another meme.
We will miss you dearly, Ranger. I miss you already.
I said, you hate me. Well, this is what happens when you think you're going to get away with this yet. And ridding me is impossible. This isn't the only account of mine in your server. Lol, with what? I know all about the FCK and its issues. You certainly knew of the issues, said nothing. Lol, what issues? The toxic behavior, blatantly underage character porn, apparently some doxing and threats, pretty nasty stuff. Lol, that's Kiwi Farms. And yet that shit is in the FCK. No, lol boy. One at a time.
Lol, no, lol.
It's going bye-bye. Pro tip, I suggest no longer associating with it. Cringe and gay. Very cringe and gay of me. Hee. Funny little man thinks he's intimidating. Thanks? No. That's why Toasty's in his frenzy. Toasty's like 17, 19. I'm older than you and him. And baby boy.
Toasty's... What? I'm older than you and... Oh god, now this he calls him baby boy, small child, baby.
small child baby. Everyone in this community has their skeletons in the closet. It's only a matter of time. Lol, alright, I suggest going to Tumblr. Don't pretend to have some moral high ground and then be into some pretty sick shit. Like what? That goes for plenty of you all. What am I into? Getting there. I'm closer to you all than you think. Laughing my fucking ass off. It's not hard to pretend to be one of you. I'll give you a freebie. I'm really into thick thighs. Sick shit, I know. As
Why will you say this? Why are these people like this?
pointed out in a
I have been around the kink community and they haven't been this bad.
call. That's an interesting thing for Xena to say, considering she was not only sharing images of her own thighs, but going around and asking other FCK members for images.
Thick thigh pics, please. Okay, I'm in school. I'm not showing you my thigh. Oh, in school.
Other thighs. Some of those members being minors, though this wasn't something I knew about back in 2020. Nope, I was mostly referring to underage character porn. Silly goose. Fuchsia thought it was all a bluff, a joke. A month later, the backlash came.
Akumu was these people's boogeyman forever now. Truly, he is now the sleep paralysis demons of them. At night, when they sleep and wake up and can't move, they see Akumu slowly crawling out from under their bed.
Around.
And being like, I know what you've done.
Wow, good thing I'm not into children. You may not be, but those you associate with, oof, who? Lucy's into underage character porn. Toasty, no you're not. Holy shit, you are like this. Little boy, get over yourself. You seem so eager on my age. Call it motherly instinct. They did it to themselves, really. Even Doodles
Call it motherly instinct. No, shut up.
has a lot of stuff to hide. The Foundation is corrupt as hell. By the way, a no screenshot rule in the Discord doesn't stop screenshots. Lol, laughing my fucking ass off. It was at this point that the conversation just turned into her sending Splatoon memes and photos whilst I'm—
Yes, Saint, I stole your joke before you even finished typing it.
made points about her and the group remaining quiet, yet being so vocal about others, especially vocally wrong about others. ZZ then started conversing with herself about Splatoon and its characters, so I started making fun of her for it. It was a really weird and eventually retarded conversation all around, including me. But I'm showing it to you to show that A, she lied to hide what was in the server when I brought it up, and B,
so he tries to talk to them and they just spam him with Splatoon.
It was more than
very adult behavior, very adult.
Where, considering her statement about thighs, she didn't take me seriously and likely thought nothing would come of it. I told Teddy that Person A was banned from ZZ's server, and that I informed ZZ that the ban was a wrongful ban. At one point again, reiterating, apology or it's war then. I can't give you the apology. I can't control Nezzy. I mean, you went after her friend. I don't know why I'm even talking to you though. This is honestly pointless banner. Like, I'm on no one's side at this point. I want out of it, so just leave the situation alone because it involves me. So she's basically apologized without actually apologizing. Unfortunate. This was in reference to the aforementioned announcement from Nezzy Monster's Discord server. I told Teddy that Nezzy was attempting to push a narrative and to look into Nezzy's server. She was given an opportunity to end it, and yet Nezzy is not as bright as she likes to push in her videos. I quoted the announcement, inappropriate.
Saint isn't my simp because he's my biggest op, actually. He's just waiting for a day where it pays off.
Images and clarified he was shirtless and that Teddy had sent him an SFW, telling Teddy to tell her friend Nezzy to hush up. She knows little to nothing. Teddy seemed shocked, as though she didn't remember doing this, and apologized. It was besides my point. I was and have been trying to point out the inconsistency with the claim and Nezzy Monster's focus. Now before we move on, I'll show you a couple more screenshots from this. Like when she said, I don't know if an OC is the same as a person, despite the fact he was just shirtless and her porn was very much sexual and nude in some cases. I told her that—
Do you guys send people porn that you are uncomfortable with?
She complimented the photo, that if she was uncomfortable, she should have told him and not Nezzy weeks after the fact, to which she told me that makes no sense. Teddy told me the photo was unwanted and that her complimenting him was just being nice. She suggested I drop it and leave it alone. I'm fed up with drama being invited to my doorstep. Teddy told me I was being blocked, as were most people involved, that it's—
I love that they all tell him you're blocked and then don't block him. Imagine how much most of the people involved regret now never blocking Akumu and just ignoring him.
Petty drama, that it's been sorted, that people don't care as far as she was aware, and then proclaimed that I was stalking Lucy or Fuchsia Butter in the fucking FCK. Something else I'd like to point out is this message here that came at 11:46 p.m. With it was a screenshot of my own message talking about the events where I described that Teddy told Nezzy about it. Nezzy claimed sexual harassment, and then Teddy later messaged Person A on Instagram to tell him he was—
No, I sent gifts that people might find uncomfortable. Quantum! You would never do anything wrong, you're perfect.
Being unbanned, that if Teddy didn't want involved. Why was she involving herself? Teddy, in
Those people that are uncomfortable are just cringe.
To this said, you will get nowhere with this. I didn't make the false claim, Nezzy did, and Nezzy told me to send that. I didn't have to, but she wanted him to know. Question time, folks. If you believe someone has been sexually harassed, and you ban the alleged sexual harasser, what sense does it make to have the victim
Yeah, now that you said we banned that, they're literally from the monster they created.
of the alleged sexual harassment reach out to their alleged sexual harasser to get in contact and tell them they won't be unbanned? What person does it serve to tell him, after he's been banned, that he won't be unbanned? That doesn't make any fucking sense. And a quick and short summary of everything that just transpired. Person A joins Nezzy's server. Teddy sees this. Teddy tells Nezzy that he made her uncomfortable from some shit that happened in June, and gives her 2 screenshots from the conversation Person A had with Teddy's friend, Yume. Nezzy Monster jumps to sexual harassment and bans him while publicly accusing him of such. I speak with Nezzy Monster, and once she learns it's me, she plays the victim card, and falls back on the previous claim, even after—
Yes, Quantum, please send. Yes, I'm a Quantum Sims quiz, and I stand to it. I will play favorites. Don't worry, you're also one of my favorites. You're also an oldie.
Seeing the evidence. ZZ then bans Person A with the justification that it's because he associates with me and that she hates me, but she didn't ban me. Teddy then insists that she doesn't want involved despite igniting the event, telling me she didn't tell Nezzy Monster that it was sexual harassment, that I should just move on, that it's settled, that no one cares, that it'll go nowhere, and proceeds to message Person A again. This entire thing was a mess, so I understand if some of you just can't wrap your head around this, and it even had younger me very pissed off. From the 2024 perspective, both Teddy and Nezzy Monster have alleged that Person A sent a second photo. This only came up at the end of 2023.
Okay,
Teddy described it
what
as
was the second photo? What was the second photo?
the same as the shirtless photo, but with her name written on it. I've seen no proof of this, and both Teddy and Person A have deleted their original accounts, so they have no way of even getting it. The point of the matter is that Teddy didn't tell Nezzy that it was sexual harassment to begin with, something I have claimed repeatedly, notably in the 2023 call with Nezzy Monster, and I finally recovered the evidence for this. The next day, I tagged Nezzy in a tweet. Yo, any more false accusations you want to spread? And on August 29th of 2020, inside Toasty's new groove,
They're really poking again. They're really poking him over and over again. Any new allegations you wanna send? Quantum, no! God damn it, Quantum. Thank you. Thank you for your blessing.
People in his Discord server that I had done many unforgivable things, like harass a girl for her sexual trauma over the course of 6 months, referring to Slammers. That didn't happen. The most consistent and still few interactions between me and Slammers were from September to December of 2019. That's 3 months, not 6. Secondly, the sexual trauma was only—
those people have a very, very weird sense of time, okay?
ever mentioned on one account, and I wasn't the one who brought it up. It was the people defending her who kept mentioning it as a, oh my god, you're being mean to someone who was sexually abused, or to compare sexual abuse to fucking Madame. A few minutes later, Toasty said Akumu is scum of the earth. He harassed—
Listen, a Twitter fight, if you think about it hard enough, is kinda like rape.
My friends about this whole thing, knowingly spread pedophilia accusations. September of 2020 was yet another explosion of events for the art commentary community to milk. Of course, the FCK was right at the epicenter. A lot was revealed, and to preface this, I'd like to make a brief recap. Nezzy Monster and Ponder Sprocket previously admitted in the collab to watching my Twitter account up until it was suspended, and the FCK server, Mimi Diggs, was even watching my Twitter account. We also saw that—
They're all making watch parties over his fucking Twitter account.
Nezzy Monster had someone else watching my Twitter account, or at the very least giving her screenshots. The record, the individual behind it was Gregor Eblin, or Merc Silverblood, as he goes by now. Early September, I continued to make tweets and quote retweets at Nezzy Monster discussing the false accusations she had yet to own up to, among vague things to do with the FCK as a group. September 10th is where things get interesting. Toby posted a video titled, "It's Still Wrong If It's Drawn."
It's not quote-unquote CP. Porn requires consent. It's CSEM. And more importantly, it quite literally cannot be drawn. I personally think it's fucking gross, but that doesn't make it CSEM. Even
oh
if
yeah, let's argue the intricacies of lolly again, because we have done this enough. Can you let me know if Ponder ever publicly spoke to Beckett? I know that he reached out to Ponder. I don't know how much they talked or if they talked by now.
ignore or disagree with this comment, Toby, as a survivor of CSA, please call it CSEM at least. No.
Sup, fuckers?
What the fuck?
At this point, I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated with the stupid constant thing where people feel really compelled to try to defend these disgusting fucking perverts who drop CP. Let's all call it what it really fucking is. Don't even try to be like,
I hate everything.
No. It's fucking, I can't even say the word. Child porn. It's chomo porn. Do you know what chomo is? Chomo is an old-fashioned slang term for somebody who likes to.
Why are you talking about child porn with cat ears on? Just like my dog is dead. Anyway, there's a pet on Twitter. Why? Why?
Little kids. That's basically what it is. And honestly, no. I refuse to cater to these stupid dipshits who think that it's okay to draw this shit. I don't care what kind of argument you try to make. It's all fucking stupid. It's not okay. Period. I shouldn't have to say that. Really shouldn't have to say that.
Guys, welcome to Kitty Ear Child Porn, Anti-Child Porn Hour.
But I guess I have to. So, here it is.
It's not.
Toby had real mental issues. That's kinda why she dipped off the internet. No, Macari, I almost haven't noticed. It was. People try to cancel her for, like, let's say, for work Sailor Moon and BDSM of My Hero Academia. Yeah, I saw, and then she makes videos like this, where she's like, "Oh, it's bad, it's child porn." I hate it here.
Okay. Period. The way she talks makes me want to blow my fucking brains out.
If you think that drawing children or children that are drawn in sexual situations is okay.
Meanwhile, in the Discord, people referring to aged up My Hero Academia porn as child porn. They're absolute morons.
Or you do it, or you consume it, or you're like, it's not technically CP, so like, it's okay because it's like drawn. You're fucking dumb. You are a pedophile.
Macari, this isn't just BPD. This can't just be BPD. There's something else going on here. She has bipolar. The Toby, she had a crash out before the first Hopeless Peaches drama defending Shane Dawson. Damn.
Support pedophiles.
Is this why she wore cat ears to this?
You have no empathy and you don't fucking care, or you're fucking stupid. Straight up. What? Try to come at me. You hurt my feelings because you said. Fuck you. No, I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck if you are a goddamn survivor or not. That does not mean that it is okay for you to say that this shit.
At least she has a new dog.
Nothing fucking wrong with it. You are fucking dumb, and I don't care that I am saying that. I do not care. I do not support pedophiles having access to
Very brave take. Very brave take. You're a soldier.
Content, whether it is drawn or live action or written, I don't give a shit. It's
what is live action? Does she call real CP live action? What?
Not okay.
Then why did you make it? If you consider porn of underage characters the same thing, why did you
optics? What do you mean optics? I'm just speaking the truth. The truth you're so scared to speak.
Draw it, and why didn't you say anything about your close friends liking that same shit? Why was your tantrum only focused on Ben the Looney's degeneracy when your two closest friends liked the same shit? On September 13th, on an alt account inside of Nezzy Monster's Discord server, she and I talked about the false sexual harassment claim, where she defended making it and wouldn't admit to being wrong. It was that same day that an SCC member by the name of Mr. A and Mario called me a tool in the replies of other SCC adjacent individuals. You see, during this month, a lot of bitching about me would occur from the art and slideshow people, all because I was poking fun at their favorites for the shit that they were getting up to, and mocking their communities for the dogpiling of me. 2 days later, on the 15th, I quote retweeted Nezzy Monster with this: "Imagine if you didn't make false accusations against a minor. Imagine not giving your friends a bias for sick shit when you'll happily try and get on someone else's case. Sad face." I also quote retweeted Doodle Tones, who was bitching about Harry Potter. I believe it was
Doodle Tones! I love how we are all collectively agreed that Fall Guy and Imposter are just fans, but Leia secretly wants to kill the former. It's oddly wholesome. This fucking sucks. 2020 is over. Reasoned UK. Okay.
was an actor from the films who had the audacity, the gall, to defend the author, J.K. Rowling, that had Susie shitting the diaper. Doodletones went on to say he was going to mute the thread and that I was a little transphobic. And the next day, I quote retweeted Doodletones again, pointing out the common flaw in the typical outcrying of transphobia, and I got this reply. The FCK is the pinnacle of banter. I mean, just look at this. My God, what a sick fucking burn. Doodle's pack of drooling idiots were frothing at the mouth and throwing a shit fit. How dare I talk about their leader? How dare I poke fun at Susie Doodletones?
Yeah, but again, this can't just be borderline. There's something else going on there. Or it's really a severe case when you think, you know what? I will talk about child porn. What can I do? What should I wear for this? Let me put on my cat ears. Yes, perfect, perfect.
Dare I bring up the diaper fetish, and how dare I refer to a male as a male? Hidden Bonsai, or AO Speedwagon, also known as Avi Holtman, now boyfriend of Nezzy Monster, and one of my favorite orbiters, even popped up during this.
Chris, I never know if I can trust your information, because you tend to get your E-woman confused.
Specific event. This is one of our earliest interactions. Now, out of all the people to come ratio and dogpile me for daring to speak about their diaper-loving overlord, Umbrus, Cosmic, Bacon Lover David, that Bowser guy, and so on, the two I find the most interesting are Avi, or Hidden Bonsai, and Mr. A and Mario, because both of them insisted that I was obsessing over Doodletones. Avi asked me, what did she do?
You obsessed over diaper tunes? I cannot believe it. I thought you obsessed over everyone, at least what they claim. Everyone, oh, he's so obsessed with me, teehee. Hate is a strong word. I hate a lot of things. One of them. I don't like his actions. I find a lot of them sickening. I'm not here for Massacre, although he did destroy him. For now, I like mocking the bitching.
Do to you specifically that makes you so obsessed over her? As if I can't dislike Doodles for actions that don't necessarily involve me. And Mr. A and Mario said to me, you're also a blatant transphobe.
Okay, Chris, I will trust you this once. And if you dared to confuse your E-woman again, I swear to God, just offended Shane Dawson and said, who cares if he sexualized a kid or raped his kid? What? Bruh.
Who won't stop obsessing over Doodletones, and then told someone else that I seem to obsess over Doodletones. What I suspect happened is that these people were yipping away in their Discord servers, bitching about my tweets about Doodles. One of them probably said I was obsessing over Doodles, and they just sort of picked it up and ran with it so that they could come and say something about it. They gotta, shut that shit down. And I'd like to point out that by this point, I had said very little about Doodletones. The first time I said anything about Doodles was July 16th and 17th of 2020. The next time I said anything about Doodles was September 15th of 2020, which is what caused them to say I was being obsessive over Doodles. I had talked about Doodles 3 times within 2 to 3 months.
Also, don't abbreviation creep show art. Oh, yeah, that's bad, that's bad. Oh, no, I trust you, Chris. I trust you. I trust you this once. I trust you. This once. One time.
That was it. So, Avi, Mr. A, if that's me being obsessive over Doodletones, then what does that say about the FCK? That community has been running their mouths about me ever since 2019. From Twitter, YouTube, and Discord. Several Discord servers, mind you. Many of which I have in my collection. Hell, just look at Michael, who was siding with you all in this dogpiling. He had said plenty about me for months on end, ever since 2019. It just takes
Wow, he's so fucking pathetic. Like I said, other than the name, profile picture, background for my commentaries or channels are barely anything alike. Actually, that's because I knew that some people, like you, would call me a hypocrite for making fun of her, for being a leafy clone. Already debunked this video. Try again, bitch.
Search on his Twitter account. Much more than 3 things. Oh wait, let's not forget the fact that Michael, by this point, September of 2020, had been arguing with me throughout multiple different YouTube comment sections, or talking about me throughout multiple different YouTube comment sections. And let's not forget Discord either. How about Bacon Lover David, who did the exact same thing?
But of course, Akumu's the one obsessed. Okay.
By this point, he had been running his mouth across YouTube, Twitter, and Discord about me. Primarily YouTube and Twitter. I can keep going with this and name specific people in your community or around your community that by this point had been talking about me for months on end, arguing with me for months on end, across multiple different platforms. YouTube, Twitter, and Discord. Avi himself certainly went on to say more than 3 things about me. Mr. A himself went on to say more than 3 things about me. Your entire community, for months on end, ever since 2019, had been constantly bitching about me. You 2 idiots calling that obsessive shot your community.
How the fuck did this whole community lose their mind over Akumu as a teenager? Bruh.
right in the fucking face, and you didn't even realize that because you were just speaking out your ass like you all usually do. On September 16th, Toby Majestic held a stream on her YouTube channel with Nezzy Monster. Considering the false sexual harassment accusation that Nezzy intended to die on the hill of as of 3 days before, I messaged in the live chat, I commented, and continued to try and confront Nezzy about it.
Wow.
Someone
that's
said,
sad.
wait, your stream. What? What's sad?
The dislike
Yeah,
ratio.
I'm aware.
Oh my god, look at the likes to dislikes.
It's no allegations. It's just somebody who's trying to currently ruin Nezzy's life by doxing her. So ignore him, please, guys. Thank you. Moving on.
What?
I mean, pretty much.
Yeah.
Toby?
I'm sorry.
Listen, I would delete everything if I was this obsessed with a teenager and then lost.
I'm currently trying to decide if I want to quickly mod somebody just for shits because your person who that one guy Spaghetti Meatball,
my
yeah,
stalker?
on Twitter.
Yeah.
My stalker. One of my stalkers. Just ban him and don't say this.
My stalkers?
There's two things I'd like to point out here. The first is that Nezzy was already pushing this, he's stalking me, he's one of my stalkers, by September of 2020. And secondly, Toby's referral to Noodle Meatball Spaghetti. That whole thing right there. I think that might be referring to, and this is pure.
Thank you, Chris. I will check it out later. Toby has a meltdown over Shane Dawson, PewDiePie, and drama channels. Where?
Purely speculation. I have no evidence for this whatsoever. That maybe Nezzy Monster told Toby about our DM interaction.
You should probably keep your private narratives to yourself. Well, then it's actually harassed Teddy. We have evidence that she asked and liked for the shirtless images of him. Oh boy, you like noodles?
On the Noodle Cup Boy account, or maybe even the FCK, but I can't really find anything in the FCK server. That isn't to say that they didn't speak up.
To be fair, most of the delusional people say that anyone who comes out against them is a freaking stalker, if they dig into them a bit.
Other places, because there are other servers and group chats that are referred to multiple times in the FCK server. Purely speculation. And we're not going to get an answer from Toby, because earlier this year I did reach out to Toby for a comment and just to even offer some questions.
I have no idea who you are, sorry.
See if we can get some context from her, particularly to see how well, things aged and what her thoughts currently are on the FCK. And then once she remembered who I was, well, it didn't go very far. She started coping and victimizing her friends over the shit that they had started. We're probably not ever going to get an answer to this, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, oh, that's probably why there's a lot of dislikes.
Oh, because of his alts?
While I was using alt accounts to avoid the fact that she kept blocking or banning me from the comments.
Thank you for subscribing, Sportsman Gear.
I was not using any of these alt accounts to mass dislike the stream. Perhaps Toby.
Researchers are stalkers? Yes, of course. I want a few stalkers. They're less effort than making friends, and you don't have to interact. You know what, web user? Are you okay? Are you okay, web user?
It might have had something to do with the fact that your hypocritical crusade on Ben caught a lot of negative attention and flack because of your hypocrisy. But she couldn't fathom that. She couldn't accept that people just didn't like her, so she had to run with this, well, it's gotta be him using his alt accounts to mass dislike the stream.
Yeah, so there's a person who I'm never going to speak about because he gets off on the attention.
Oh, I will never speak about him, but, you know.
I feel like at this point I have to let my audience know, so they know who the person is. But,
one of my multiple stalkers.
She says she isn't going to talk about me because I apparently get off on the attention when she made a tweet saying that she would cancel me if I wasn't already irrelevant. And then also later came in.
Imagine coping so hard about someone who is irrelevant.
Into my comments, commenting on my video, complaining that I hadn't made a video on her yet. Yet I'm the one who gets off on the attention. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm not okay.
He also ends up stalking another creator, Fuchsia Butters, where they go on to
he stalked everyone.
quote unquote him as fucking, what was it, this dude would like to say because he doesn't like to, what's that, observe somebody's pronouns, and keeps calling our male to female trans friend he, and refuses to call her she. Really great person, by the way.
So here we have Toby victimizing Fuchsia Butter, the individual who was talking about my blood staining his hands, who told me to suck his dick while knowing I was 16, who called me an honorless shit puppet, who called me a cum chalice. And
I was
I'm
about to say, don't forget the cum chalice.
Grandstanded while she's defending this individual and victimizing him to the shit that he started. Over pronouns. That's were the line in the sand is drawn, as it's been shown again and again to you all. The line in the sand is pronouns.
Has repeatedly tried to dox.
Listen, they were really like, listen, I can forgive showing kids porn, letting kids post porn, but I draw the line at pronouns.
And hack Nezzy's PayPal account and her address. He's a very bad person.
He's not the one hacking me. He's friends with the person that's been hacking me.
But I had stalker 3 times. One was internet. She used to send my info to hookers and have them show up at my house to test me. Did she pay them up front? Asking for a friend. She did many other things. They don't know what real stalkers are. No, they don't.
Same thing. Same fucking thing. Let's all be realistic. So, whatever...
Toby says that I'm friends with the person who's hacking her. And then Nezzy Monster goes,
But web user, I am already at your window.
yeah. And yet later the FCK would try to spin this as though Nezzy was clarifying that it wasn't actually me doing it. No, you're very obviously suggesting to the viewer over and over again that I'm stalking you and that I'm trying to have you hacked and doxxed. And here's a little fun fact that I've already gone over that might have slipped your mind because of the amount of bullshit that's in this video. Remember back in the FCK server? They spoke about Sherman and talked about the fact that Sherman was going after Nezzy Monster back in March
She did indeed pay half up front. Oh, how generous.
2020. That was before I even ever spoke with Sherman. But because they saw that I publicly admitted and was open about the fact that I had spoken to the guy a couple of times, they then took that piece of information and they used that to their advantage by twisting things to make it seem as though I was behind what Sherman was doing to Nezzy Monster because he and I had spoke. Even though he had been doing it to Nezzy Monster before he and I had met. That's how ridiculous. He's now behind everything bad that ever happens to them. Someone dislikes their video, Akumu! Someone leaves a mean comment, Akumu's fault. It was Akumu, I know. They stub their little toe, fuck you, Akumu. Of these people are.
He also has alt accounts, so anytime anybody's ever spamming something like that, it's from him. It's because of him. And he's just saying shit just to get stuff riled up. So...
Yeah, I mean, he's made it very clear. He's like been trying to cancel me for a really long time.
The first problem is, Toby's claim that I was spamming the chat is a flat-out lie. Provably so because I have access to the stream and to the live chat. I first joined the stream about 7 or 8 minutes into it. That's right before you see the first mention of Nezzy Monster calling me her stalker. And the first thing that I said was, any more false allegations against a minor you want to share. I then said, yo Nezzy, any false allegations against minors you want to share. Which is why Toby then responded on the live stream by saying that there's no false allegations. That I was just trying to ruin Nezzy Monster. And about a minute or so afterwards, I said, bro, one defends Shane Dawson and has 2 friends who are confirmed to like underage character porn, and the other has friends who do that.
Yeah, one defends Shane Dawson and has 2 friends who are confirmed to like underage character porn, and the other has friends who do that and makes false allegation against minors. Great.
And make false allegations against minors. Beautiful. That's not spam. Spam is when you copy and paste the same message over and over again to fill the chat with that message in particular. Whatever you're spamming, you're supposed to fill the chat with it by copying and pasting it. And that's not what I was doing. Sherman hadn't even popped up onto the stream yet to start spamming the stream for her to even possibly confuse me and Sherman for doing this. So she was just saying I was spamming the chat when I wasn't spamming the chat.
Listen, one message from you is already spam in their eyes because all they say is Akumu, Akumu, Akumu.
Was still on my one singular account right before she blocked it, and I moved to my next one. Because yes, I did use alt accounts. If you're going to ban me from the stream or try and remove my ability to say something, I will use alt accounts if I want to say something. And I find it baffling that the people who were against me blocking or deleting comments, perfectly fine and willing to do exactly that. But regardless, this was not spam. And the fact that she claimed it was, despite being able to see what I was saying, and the fact that we can see that, shows that it's a flat-out lie. And secondly, the
Yeah, that's also something I don't understand, Saint. If they're so triggered by the mere sight of him, why even acknowledge him in the chat? Just ban him on sight or write to a mod, please keep him out. Do I only remember Toby because she was ACC before becoming an e-whore? Ah, okay, that's why you could that's why you could differentiate her from all the other e-whores. Now I getcha.
Perpetual fucking victimhood. I was against and have been against this whole cancel culture bullshit that you partake in, that you were happy to do when it came to Madame, mind you. You even said that you were in support of it when it was used against people you don't like. What I told you on our DMs, Nezzy, was that I was going to be taking your group down one by one.
Or they could have just blocked him from the very beginning and just every time he comes from another alt, block again, block again, block again. Just shut up.
I never said anything about canceling you.
But like I said, they love to poke and provoke a bit, but then if it goes too far,
about, you know, making you people run off. There's no need for any of that. There's no
I
need.
don't remember, just e-horse, cause they're all the same. So true, Quiz, so true. True and valid.
To just sort of chase you off or get your YouTube channels fucking deleted or your Twitter accounts mass reported. I don't need to use your tactics. You see, that's the beauty in all of this. All it takes is a little truth.
He's VCing you right now and he's not dislike bombing? Yeah, okay.
That was one of my friends popping into the live chat to clarify that I was not using my accounts to mass dislike the stream, because I was in a voice call as the stream was going on, and I was streaming the stream to them, and using my phone to go from alt to alt because she was banning and muting these accounts so that I could communicate in the chat. Now, I know the OBS recording is very jank and low quality. I barely know how to fucking use OBS. I especially didn't know how to use it back then.
Sure. And he's also not spamming my chat either. He's also trying not to dox Nezzy. Yeah. So fucking yeah. I bet.
I bet. Why do they all sound like bitches?
Yeah. It's because, you know, fucking doxers.
Poke the teenager, get 5 years of trouble and a 9-hour video. Get fucked.
Well, you know, people got nothing better to do during quarantine, I guess.
No, it's just because mommy and daddy don't love him enough, so he has to go online and try to get it from somebody else.
Oh my god, that's fucking
great. That's what a burn, what a burn.
That's fucking great. Okay, I forgot about this part. So the e-whore wants to talk about how mommy and daddy didn't love me enough. If it isn't a
Cyber
bot, call
waifu, 22 years, digital artist and e-girl. OnlyFans, DM for art commission.
Kettle black. Kinda like the phallic object that you were sucking on for a couple bucks, right? Which one of us has their asshole plastered on the internet? Because I don't
Why?
think it's me. Which one of us has a video out there where we're pretending to be waiting for our stepdaddy? Because
Mary thinking of her stepdaddy while he's away. I dare to make a claim that maybe she has some daddy issues.
I don't think it's me. But then again, I probably shouldn't question the expert's opinion. After all, they know the best. And her profession just screams a lack of parental discipline.
I'm sorry that your brothers and sisters are better than you, but that's not really my problem now, is it, dude?
Toby then had the Names Junkie come to the rescue to ban me from the live chat.
We can play and have fun in a minute. I didn't know that he'd follow
We can have fun in a minute after Kumu's finally away.
all the way here. So I'm gonna go find one of our friends to like mod for a second. What if Junkie's doing?
Just get a mod.
Junkie can probably do it.
Do you want to bring Junkie into the call?
He can come into the call if he wants. I want him to get into my chat and mod. I have
Okay, never mind. It's confirmed.
like I have little 12 and 14-year-olds who hate mob against me, and I don't even have the same problem you do.
I have what? Why do you talk about little 12-year-olds? What?
He can come into the call if he wants. I want him to get into my chat and mod. I have little 12 and 14-year-olds who hate mob against me, and I don't even have the same problem you do. Shit.
I have little 12 and 14-year-olds that hate mob against me? What?
16-year-old boys really view you like that, dough.
Well, let's summarize. When
Stop calling them little boys.
Falsely accuse and smear him in a video to hundreds of thousands of people. Then you're in a friend group who continuously keeps poking, prodding, making fun of him, using him for views, right along with the hundreds of thousands of people behind those individuals also falsely accusing him and mocking him. And then you go and falsely accuse one of his friends of sexual harassment when the supposed victim of such never even said it was sexual harassment. And then you refuse to admit that you were wrong and apologize to the individual that you made the accusation towards. And you think you can just sort of sweep it under the rug like it didn't happen and move on without saying you were wrong. I could see why he'd want to come on stream and inform people about what you did. But perhaps that's just my bias.
No, I just have a fucking doxer and like multiple.
Oh my god, I have this doxer in my chat, you know, this teenager. Ugh. Maybe she's just like Jar. Jar hates 12-year-olds and she hates 16-year-olds.
I hope I don't get those. I've already said before, if anyone actually was able to legitimately dox me, that'd be a very big shock. I don't use my real name for anything.
Why would you say this? Don't talk about it.
Hopefully, Junkie will come in. I sent him a link. Sorry guys, I didn't know that Nezzy would bring over such trouble. Who would think that a fucking YouTuber like Nezzy with no controversies, because she knows how to keep her mouth shut.
With no controversies. She will never have a controversy.
Like some people, me, would have such a fucking person to come after her. The fuck? I'm a bigger target. I feel almost slightly insulted.
But you said,
oh my god, bitch. I'm a bigger target, actually.
Get off on the attention. I'm the attention whore.
Hey, you know what? Another thing is so funny because the person was bitching about numbers all the time, they were never interested in me until I had numbers.
Okay.
I mean, that's
Mind you. Exactly. So just sit the fuck up and shut up.
There's a couple of problems with this, but for context to preface this, what Toby is referring to is our back and forth, our lengthy argument back on August 12th of 2020, which is where I said a fan, nah, I just love making fun of hypocrites.
But I like the names he has for his alt. I like spaghetti.
Is all. You talk big game, but let's be real, you're nothing. Your size is entirely irrelevant. It's crazy how people said I have an ego. From what I've seen, someone's always on their period, huh? Blush face. She says my size is entirely irrelevant because it was never part of the conversation, lol. You brought it up. I said correct, incorrect. I brought it up for a reason, however. You all genuinely think your size grants you access to treat people however you want. Now she's pretending as though I was the first one to bring up size and that I wasn't interested in her until she had size.
Don't compare sizes with teenagers.
The one who came to me and put my name in her mouth first. She's the one who quote retweeted Fuchsia Butter, saying that she'd cancel me if I wasn't already irrelevant. Calling me irrelevant is starting the conversation about our size difference. It's pointing out that I'm apparently irrelevant. I don't have the size she does. And then she went on to comment on my video, apparently wanting a video on her. So why she's doing this silly little dance pretending as though I made the conversation about size initially, when no, I brought it up later on August 12th. It's fucking ridiculous.
Sit the fuck up. Sit the fuck down.
Yeah, this is exactly why I stopped
Oh my god, shut the fuck up.
Streaming on YouTube.
Nah, fuck
This is why I stopped streaming on YouTube, because, oh god, bitch, there's always this one guy in chat.
I'll just mod.
God, I hate these
Literally,
people.
fuck you, dude. You ain't jack shit. Fucking punk fuck my asshole. Oh, wait, no.
But, excuse fucking moi.
He's underage.
Kid is underage, or otherwise I could have said this.
Go fucking light firecrackers in the street. Or do whatever you want.
I instead messaged Nezzy Monster
Do whatever you want.
on Discord, asking her if she had any more false accusations that she'd like to make. Ironically, right at the point of the stream where Nezzy said I was friends with Sherman and implied that I was working with him or behind whatever he was doing because he was trying to get into her PayPal. Sherman had popped up into the chat and began spamming it. And another attempt to get some kind of conversation going about the false sexual harassment accusation because Nezzy Monster was just too chicken shit to admit she was wrong, something she insists about me, mind you. I then messaged Madlibs about it. Your friends seem to have a real allegation problem. One minute I'm doxing people. The next I'm responsible for someone spamming, while simultaneously I'm just there to call Nezzy out because she runs from confrontation, yet can talk shit.
You do everything for her. You do everything to her. Everything bad ever happening to her life, your fault.
Yet, that pussy shit we spoke about last. The only reason I even started making fun of Toby in the first place is because she opened her mouth and spoke out on something she knew nothing of. Might want to let her know time is money and she's wasting time streaming. She has an OnlyFans and an army of simps to milk dry and spread her ass for. Bills to pay. You can remove me, but you can't respond. Don't be a puss. Compared to the other DMs, that was pretty brief. September 17th was one of my favorite events though. Madlibs not only had her own spy in my Discord server, but was also working with Slumber, the individual I mentioned previously, from the slideshow community to get evidence. Because Madlibs was cooking up a hit piece. Slumber was pretending to be casual with me as though we set our petty but funny spat behind us and as if we were chill, even allowing me to stay in their Discord server, to which they would ask questions, I would talk, and those screenshots were relayed back to Madlibs so they could be stripped of context and used to make claims in the hit piece. Gay-opping 101. And this goes into my second point for why I'm telling you this. If it was stalking for me to look at what they were saying on their public fucking Twitter accounts, how dare I use an incognito tab? Why was it not stalking when they constantly looked at mine?
No, it's fine when they do it, don't you know? It's fine when they do it because they do it for it's not stalking, it's for their safety, I guess, maybe, I don't know. Fuck.
To get evidence. If it was stalking to join their public Discord servers to gather evidence, why was it not stalking when they were doing it to me? 16-year-old me made a very pretentious tweet. If you think about it, I basically pulled a Madara on the CC. First it was James, then it was Ponder.
Oh god, a Madara. Not a Madara.
And then Fuchsia. I don't count Foxton because she dropped at the moment the seriousness of it hit. I was likening the art and slideshow community's dogpiling of me to weeb shit. The Shinobi Alliance dogpiling Madara. Both the Art CC and the SCC didn't like that notion that their favorites lost or that they had lost, and decided they would mock me for this by taking my tweet and quote retweeting me and each other with it as a copy pasta. Art and slideshow adjacent people hopped on the bandwagon and took part in it for about roughly
Two communities are now combined against one teenager. And they lost.
6 hours. Hidden Bonsai or Abby took part in it. Pepper, Michael is here, Mr. A and Mario, Boxafox or Sparrow as she was going by, and many more. Even a now friend, Renmankins, who was going by Jesp at the time, took part in it. But remember, if I make mean tweets mocking them, it's harassment. Editing me here because I have a quick point that I'd like to make. This Madara comment that I made has had them annoyed and sort of poking fun at it for...
He Madara the entire commentary community, guys.
2-3 years now. They were still talking about it in 2021 and 2022, so a year or two.
What? For 2 years they were this triggered by it? What the fuck?
After I even made this comment, after they did that whole dogpile mockery of it, and yet look at their community now. While I was screenshotting all of this for later.
They bought 2 communities of armies and lost to a teenager. This is so pathetic. They messed with the wrong teenager.
Use, I suppose that later use being right now. Junkie chimed in, so I replied to him. That turned into a brief spat between the two of us. At one point, he called me a lolcow. Yes, the guy who gets off to the idea of maggots crawling around his fucking genitals.
Why did you have to remind me? Why did you have to remind me? Why did you have to remind me of this?
Was calling me the lolcow. It doesn't get any better than that. When someone else asked him who I was, he replied by linking Ponder Sprocket and Nezzy Monsters collab, saying, a special kind of guy if you catch my drift. Later on, Madlibs tweeted, I've been really considering breaking my never talking about people rule. This chick is just too good. September 19th, a Twitter user by the name of Diana the Egg Queen tagged...
Oh, Toby gets tagged. Care to make a statement about this? I'm a big fan, but it's a little but hard for me to fully support when you show blatant hypocrisy like this. You made a video just a few days ago, and then you still have this up on your Instagram? Todoroki is 16-year-old, a feral child.
Toby, asking about Toby's hypocrisy with a photo of her Todoroki drawing. I've addressed this multiple times.
No, he says that the other dude called him a lolcow.
1. The account it's on, where before I got
Rent free in so many heads, yes. I addressed this multiple times. The account it's on where before I got into art community and didn't understand how to tag stuff. He's aged up, and I know he's aged up when I did it, because somebody asked me to draw it and I didn't know the character was a kid. He doesn't look aged up. He doesn't look aged up, no.
The art community and didn't understand how to tag stuff. 2, he's aged up, and I know he's aged up when I did it, because somebody asked me to draw it, and I didn't know the character was a kid. Now this is a lengthy image of replies, so...
Are you sure you aren't saying this to save your skin? Because even if you don't know biologic, it's still wrong.
So I'll let it scroll while I make a point. First, how...
I kind of wish people asked before accusing first. I know you asked, but the way you worded things come off slightly accusatory. Sorry, that sounds mean. No, it's alright, I apologize if it sounded that way. Don't get me wrong, I was smartly upset, but I was only asking to get an explanation from you. Not as a call-out or anything. Like that.
How was her drawing of Todoroki aged up?
It's okay. Coming off confrontational because you're upset is something I've struggled with over years and I'm still working on. I get it. 3rd, the accounts, Twitter and Insta I no longer have access to. 4, he's not being sexual. I just tagged not safe for work because he's wearing a chain and a collar. So I thought back if I tagged anything BDSM related, people would find it better.
How did she age up the character if she
He's not being sexual. Just take it not safe for work. I can't believe you just fucking blatantly lied like this. It is painfully obvious what the intention was. Saddest excuse I've heard in a long time and feel sorry for any of your fans who blindly believe you. Let me tell you something big and bad with Toby. Just you wait.
You didn't even know he was underage in the first
He doesn't look aged up.
place. 2nd, this is beyond fucking ridiculous.
Also,
the FCK was...
Also, it's still up on my Instagram, because I don't have access to it, and forgot about it. Also, if calling me a hypocrite because I called out Ben, who draws nothing but underage characters with their dicks and boobs out, fucking each other. I'm sorry, that's a weak argument.
Was having a civil...
gay. I wasn't calling you a hypocrite for calling up Ben. I was calling you a hypocrite for making really clearly in your video that you don't want anybody who draws kids and smut in your community for obvious reasons. Then you had your old Insta linked in your YouTube bio, where you draw fan art of like that, without making it clear he was aged up or anything. Other than that, I have nothing to say. You gave a reasonable explanation, but I would suggest removing the links from YouTube if it's possible. Yeah, I never stated in the OG post he was aged up, because I didn't know he was a kid. I'd only seen fan art of him all buff and aged up, so at the time, thought he was an adult in the series. But I had no idea Mold Onsterwald still linked. I thought I changed it. He didn't look buff or aged up.
War, because the differences in the porn of underage characters that
I do draw a 16-year-old beaten up and in BDSM situation. I already addressed it. Do some work, please. Look around before trying to further spread this false narrative. Thank you.
either side liked. It was this same day that Omnia uploaded The Faults of Toby featuring Kai Weiss. The main point of their video, like the videos preceding it, was criticizing Toby Majestic for her rampant hypocrisy. The fact she was calling Beneloni a pedophile for drawing underage characters in his...
I drew him aged up, unfortunately. I didn't see it that way, so, you know.
pornography, when she had previously drawn Todoroki and Sailor Moon very much sexually. At 8:09 p.m., Junkie and Madlibs in their DMs discussed making a collaboration video responding to Omnia and Kai. The earliest response that I've been able to find from Toby was on September 22nd in a tweet. For those of you who are wondering, I am currently working on a response video to clarify and clear up things that have been said about me in the past couple of months, and recently in a video. I'll be apologizing, clarifying, and defending myself. Madlibs also made one. Been breaking a lot of personal rules in terms of videos.
Omnia, I'm ready. Sparkle.
Lately. But hey, when someone decides it's okay to cut DMs, lie about situations, and be two-faced in DMs to farm a friend of mine for content, well, somebody's got to step up. I'm pissed. Get ready. Omnia responded to both of Madlibs' subtweets. Toby then accused Omnia of twisting things, lying, and cutting up their DMs. My favorite part of the Toby saga is this tweet right here. Wow, not only did somebody try and falsely frame me as a pedophile and went behind my back, but they also publicly posted about a story about my family that I wanted to keep private because I wasn't ready to tell it. What an amazing creator. There are two things I'd like to point out. First is that Toby accused Kai and Omnia of trying to frame her as a pedophile, just for pointing out her hypocrisy. Does that sound familiar? Does it ring any bells? Because it should.
Nah, that's totally normal.
But previous individual tried to proclaim they were being called a pedophile because someone pointed something out against them. Fuchsia Butter. Toby used the same exact fucking play that Fuchsia did just months prior in this attempt to victimize herself. The second thing I should mention is that after Toby and the FCK accused Omnia of cutting up the DMs to make her look bad and that she left out context, Omnia then publicized...
And then let me guess, the context only made it worse.
Their entire DMs. And then Toby cried wolf that a story about her family was publicized because it was in the DMs. Omnia initially used select excerpts or pieces from their DMs to talk about their conversation because she didn't want to publicize those private details. Toby and the FCK then used the fact that not all the DMs were shown in their complete entirety to proclaim that Omnia was being dishonest. And then when Omnia did what they wanted and publicized the full DMs, they tried to spin it so that Omnia was still in the wrong. Nezzy Monster...
They just hoped that Omnia wouldn't have the balls to release all the DMs.
Tried to compare Omnia to fucking Madame because she publicized the full DMs, only after they complained about her not doing so. This is how ridiculous these people are. And this just goes to show that their issue wasn't that the DMs weren't accurately represented, nor cut up to frame anything. It was that the DMs made Toby look like the idiot she was, so they needed something to bitch about to try and save her image, by making it appear to the public that Omnia was being dishonest. You can't win with these people by playing their game to the rules they set, because they don't follow the rules themselves. You cannot appease them. They will twist everything. Now, Kai and Omnia went on to clarify that they weren't calling Toby a pedophile, though Toby and the FCK knew that already. It was just their public spin. Kai then made a follow-up video that addressed the Twitter drama, and specifically what the FCK had to say. There's plenty
just showing them being degenerates.
More of Twitter back and forth replies between Kai, Omnia, Madlibs, Toby, and the other associates of the FCK. I don't think I need to get into every single one for you to understand what the FCK were up to, but I will say I find it interesting that they're allowed to take part in Twitter arguments without it being harassment. At this time, Madlibs was scripting with Junkie and was somehow bamboozled and confused that Omnia knew the tweet was about her, as if it wasn't fucking obvious. Let's think about that. The same day, Omnia and Kai's video comes out on Toby, a video that contains some cropped DMs. Toby made a tweet that clearly referenced a recent video made about her and claimed that that same person, she won't name, cut up DMs. And then Madlibs made a tweet on the same auspicious day, repeating Toby's
I
claims
love that they do everything in groups.
about cut-up
Those are probably the kind of people that also can't go to the toilet alone. You know, where they're like, can you come with me, please?
DMs. They couldn't have made their silly little subtweets any more obvious. But how could Omnia have possibly known it was about her? We definitely need the Mystery Machine and gang on this one to Scooby-Doo this shit. These people are fucking retards. I don't know what it is with the Art CC and the SCC. They constantly subtweet about people, and they're fucking horrible at it. Zero thinking, just impulse to bitch, and fingers crossed hoping that the person they're seething about won't find out that it's about them. It's just so fucking childish. On September 24th, Toby uploaded addressing my controversies, and she also blocked me on Twitter. Madlibs clarified that the impending video wasn't about Kai and Omnia, instead about someone who has been
no, of course it wasn't about them.
harassing and trying to dox her friends. She still didn't admit that she was scripting a video with Junkie on Kai and Omnia, a project that was, mind you...
It's a weird talk group, it really is. Like, I swear they smell each other's farts.
very poorly hidden because Toby, at the start of her video, said that two friends were still making a video on Kai and Omnia. This thinly laid veil wasn't fooling anyone except maybe their audience of window lickers. It was as if they put the window tint on backwards and obscured their own view while everyone else could see exactly what the fuck they were up to. Madlibs then released her big hit piece video titled A Year of Harassment and Accusations with Miss Zizi, the names Junkie, Doodle Tones, and Slumber.
They needed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in this? Oh god, they're so pathetic.
On September 29th, getting 17k views and 1.6k likes. This nearly 2-hour-long masterpiece was edited by Ocean or Oceansis. Perhaps you all recognize that name from before. They were in the comment section of my Slummers video from October of 2019. Oh, and turns out this individual is also a moderator in Madlibs' Discord server. Whoa, the world just brings people together. Just like Bonders Brocket and Nezzy Monsters 2-part collab from March of 2020, Madlibs' video is littered with problems that I wouldn't be able to truly explain in detail within this video without dragging it out much longer than it needs to be. I will be dedicating a future retrospective episode to it that'll go far more in depth than what I'll tell you here. By the time you're watching this, it may even be out, so if you're interested, just check the playlist. With that said, I will summarize Madlibs' A Year of Harassment video and link it down below for fact checking. The video had 18 segments in it, starting with the intro.
Transphobia. Oh, the intro? Then first comes the transphobia, the homophobia, the ignorance, the lies, alts, and deleted things, the doxers, its hypocrisy, trolling and fun, Slummers, where it started, my experience, for Butter, Nezzy Monster, Slumber, Miss Zizi, the name's Junkie, Doodle Tones, calling myself out, final thoughts. I love that transphobia and homophobia comes first and then the doxing. Like, oh yeah, no, the doxing, 2 minutes.
My transphobia, my homophobia, apparently my ignorance, lies, alts, and deleted things, the doxers, apparently my hypocrisies, trolling and fun, a Slummers segment that was followed by several other segments aiming to detail and share their experiences with me, all of which left some things out
all the victims spoke out.
Lied. However, I'll go over some of my favorite bits. 22 minutes in, Madlibs tried to backpedal the doxing claim from Twitter, the one that I just showed you all, only to say I heavily associate with doxers, and then use guilty by association to suggest that I had something to do with Sherman.
It's like when people say you defend pedophiles when they don't immediately want to call you pedophiles and are like, you're a pedophile enthusiast.
Going after Nezzy Monster, whilst admitting he was after Nezzy Monster before all of this.
Now, this next part is where things start to go from an ignorant teen to harmful to other people, and it's only going to get worse from here. Now, to my knowledge, Akumu himself has never doxed anybody, and I'm not trying to accuse him of doing the doxing. However,
but you kinda do.
He heavily associates himself with multiple doxers. Doxers who are part of something called the UTTP, a group dedicated to doxing YouTubers and other people. Not only that, but another person from UTTP...
No, it's not hard to remember, it's just hard to say. Leave me alone.
Has told another YouTuber Slumber in the DMs that they and Akumu are allies. They also admit to being the ones who doxed Ponder Sprocket on a different account. And I also have DMs of this account talking with Akumu about UTTP in another server. This person goes by Lugia, and you can see him in Akumu's comment section and on other people's videos on Akumu. And you can see, of course, this account admitting to being Lugia in these DMs. I also have evidence of Akumu admitting to knowing Sherbase, aka Sherman. If you guys have hung out in the streams of anybody in the art commentary community, you know who he is. He's a loser who spends all of his time poorly doxing people using bots in YouTubers' streams. He does this on multiple streams, and I actually have many of his alt accounts hidden on my channels list, as you can see.
I think Sherman's here.
I don't give a shit. It could literally... I can't say anything.
Why do they always react to them? Like, no wonder they have so many people fucking with them.
The only ones that need to be blocked and banned are the ones, like I said before, that was the doxing material that I told you in DMs, or if somebody's spamming the same thing over and over and over again in separate messages, then you can do that. Everything else, though, I can handle.
Oh no, this is Akumu's friend we're talking about. The dude who is trying to not only hack into my stuff and take my money, but also has attempted to dox me on numerous...
ACC really has the worst names. Half of them are fruits, and the others are colors, or weird stuff.
occasions.
Or Puffo Fluffles 29.
And if that's who he chooses to associate with, fine then.
Now, it is true that Sherman was bothering Nezimonster well before all of this happened, but nobody has ever tried to break into her Twitter or PayPal before she had problems with Akumu. That only happened after Akumu was having problems with Nezi. Now, Akumu claims that he told Sherman to stop messing with her. However, I think it's very interesting that as soon as Akumu gets into some bigger beef with Nezi after all of this time after her video came out, that somebody, for some mysterious reason, starts trying to break into her Twitter and PayPal. Yes, her PayPal. The thing that she uses to make money through her commissions. The thing that has her personal banking information.
Listen, we're also fruity here, but we are the fresh produce.
On it, as well as her address, endangering both her financial situation and her personal safety, and this shit is not okay, for multiple reasons. The first and worst of all being that this could put her and a lot of other people that he's trying to dox in danger.
At 30 minutes in, she admits that one of the reasons she made the video was because I was beginning to garner an audience of cronies.
Speaking of being taken seriously, another huge reason that I'm making this video is because unfortunately, this kid has started to gain some traction. He started to gain a few...
Oh no, he's starting to get some tractions. Exactly, we're not rotten like them.
Who want to participate in his harassment, as shown by everything I'm showing on screen right now. And that's not okay. Somebody who makes false accusations, takes things out of context, and exaggerates things to tear people down should not be taken seriously.
So yes, it was a hit piece because people were beginning to listen to me.
I'm not allowed to make that joke, so thank you for your service. You're always welcome, my straighty.
Even though by this point I had maybe 100 subscribers, she at one point shows my channel and the subscribers I had at the time in the fucking video compared to her thousands of idiots who went on to repeat this slop. But mine are cronies. 48 minutes in, the start of the Fuchsia Butter segment,
they all gang up on him with like 10 big, well, for their kind of thing, big, you know. And then when he has some people that support him, it's like, boy, they're ganging up on him, he and his cronies.
Fuchsia, and that was why he took down his video on me.
Now Lucy, aka Fuchsia Butter, has decided that she didn't want to be part of this video because she's sworn off YouTube drama and she just doesn't want to touch this. So I'm going to be talking about this situation instead because this one especially needs to be talked about. Now shortly after my video on Akumu, Fuchsia Butter decided that she was going to make a video on him as well, one discussing a lot more serious stuff that he's done, whereas mine was just reading tweets. The video has since been
the very serious stuff where they had to put on the American bikini.
Listed due to all of this drama and harassment.
55 minutes in, Madlibs repeats the false accusation that I accused Fuchsia Butter of being a pedophile.
After he goes on about the not safe for work chats, he moves on to a worse accusation, and coincidentally the one that he likes to bring up the most outside of YouTube. Akumu tries to claim that Lucy is a pedophile. Now in a later video he says that he wasn't saying she was a pedophile, he was saying she was, how did he put it?
To be exact, I said he liked underage character porn and proved such.
Now there are many more issues with that video, and I will be covering it, so look out for that retrospective. Madlibs took any and every argument or claim from the videos that came before hers, specifically the ones from the FCK or whoever associated with the group. For example, reusing the Photoshop screenshot that Fuchsia used, or claiming I deleted tweets to hide what I was doing, a claim that was previously peddled by Ponder, Nezi, and Fuchsia. Of course, the same habit of revisionism and crying wolf is a reoccurring thing in the video, but there were some new claims too. The video was structured so that each individual would have a segment in it, where Madlibs would cherry pick and inform the audience only one-sided details of what had happened, to present each of the individuals as victims of my harassment. In the Nezimonster segment, Madlibs repeated the false sexual harassment accusation against my friend, claiming that I was falsely accusing Nezimonster of making false accusations, that the sexual harassment accusation was true. She relied on the exact same screenshots that Nezimonster was trying to use back in our DMs. This was because Nezimonster withheld the key screenshot and only gave Madlibs a few of the others that I gave her. Out of the 16 I sent Nezi only gave Madlibs 6 of them, and not the main one. October 21st of...
Okay, da machen wir jetzt eine Pause, weil ich kann nicht mehr länger aufbleiben heute. Vielen Dank, dass ihr vorbeigekommen seid. Fuck. I forgot to change my switch to English. Fuck. Yeah, so what I was saying is, this is where we stop for today, because I need to get up early again. But we will continue. We're like halfway through. We are halfway through. Don't question it, Saint. Don't question it. Don't question it. So, this is where we stop for today. We will continue another time. We're halfway through. We can finish it. We can finish it. I believe in us. Brain broke. Literally. Have a good night, y'all. Thanks for stopping by. Fuck me. Why does this happen to me? Wait, but I have something? Okay. So, thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Fuck, now I'm laughing. I can't help it. Exactly, just 2 more sessions and we have it done. Okay, have a good night, everyone, or good day, or whatever time it is for you. Bye-bye.